next round of games starts tomorrow, and it's going to be really, really important tomorrow because tomorrow we've got teams that are going through and we've got teams that are going home, including England, Wales, and of course the United States of America. So there's a lot to sort out tomorrow. This is our last game of the second round. And it's kind of interesting because this is going to be a very close game. It's going to be a very interesting game because this is one that features a lot of talent. Certainly there's a lot of talent in that Portugal side, but there's some big names in the Uruguay team as well. So this is certainly not going to be straightforward for Portugal. Portugal are probably favourites to win this game, but I don't know that it's really that straightforward for them. We should have some team news. Of course, in the likes of Uruguay, up front we've got Cavani, we've got Darwin Núñez, they've got the likes of Bentancur, Valverde, of course, Godin in defence as well. So some wonderful players in this Uruguay side. But some wonderful players in this Portugal side as well, like Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, João Felix, Ruben Neves, Ruben Diaz, Cancelo. There's just stars everywhere here. But we know that this Portugal side can make life hard for themselves. We know that this Portugal team has got a wonderful ability of not making things easy. You would look at their team on paper and think that it should be just, sail through, to like a quarter-final, semi-final. But time and time again, that's just not the case. So, yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what to expect here. I think I'm actually leaning a draw. The last game, I thought Brazil would just pip it, just edge it. And that was the case. This one, a little bit harder to predict. But I'm going to lean towards this one being a draw. I think credit to Uruguay. They're a really, really good team. I'm really interested to see how both teams are going to line up for this one and see what the plan of attack is going to be for this one. As I say, very interested to see that. But yeah, I'm going to lean towards a draw here. And afterwards, we will have a look at our fantasy game. Our fantasy game is still rumbling along. And if you are playing the fantasy game, then obviously I hope that you're doing well. We'll have a look, see how that looks at the end of this second round of games. Don't forget, if you are playing the fantasy game, make your changes tonight. Make sure that you are getting your transfers sorted because the next round of games starts tomorrow, as we keep saying. George says, I think it's going to be a draw. Bacon Plays said, let's see if the Uruguay flag that was hanging around Germany, Spain is found again. That's a good point, actually. Evo said, howdy, days. Hope all is good for the football and Raw. Yeah, Evo, shout out to you, buds. Hope you, I was going to say enjoyed that last game, but it was a bit flat. I think the second part of the second half certainly woke up. So I think maybe if you joined that last game late, you would have got something from it. But it was a little bit flat, certainly in the first half. But I don't think that'll be the case between Uruguay and Portugal. Paul said, I've got Portugal. Michael said, have you heard of a channel called Lad Bible? If not, they do Snap Wars. I've seen that channel. They did it with Triple H. He picks all but one of the foods. He picks all but one of the foods from the USA. Cool. Yeah, I've seen Lad Bible and them do those kind of they do them with actors and everything before, don't they? Bacon Plays said, do Uruguay have a point to have any chance of going through? Have to get a point for a chance of going through? Do they have to get a point for any chance to go through? So Portugal are on 3 points. Ghana's on 3 points. Uruguay, I mean, look, if Uruguay lose, it's not a problem. Well, it is a problem, but it's not a massive problem because Uruguay could still go through. It just needs to be a case that Uruguay win and Ghana lose because Uruguay, if they lose now, would be on 1 point. Ghana are on 3 points. So if Uruguay were to win their final game and Ghana lost their final game, then that would mean Ghana stay on 3 points. Uruguay would move to 4 points. So it should be all right. So a loss here doesn't knock out Uruguay, but it definitely makes things a lot harder. If Uruguay can get something from this game, like a point from this game, that would make things a lot easier for them. So Portugal, they've got work to do as well. They're at the moment level on points with Ghana. If they lose this, they stay level on points with Ghana. But the problem is Uruguay then jump ahead of them. So if they lose this, then Uruguay would be on 4 points. Portugal and Ghana would be drawn in second place on 3 points. Portugal, even if they lost this. So at the moment, Portugal are ahead of Ghana by 1 goal because of goal difference. So if they concede a goal here, then that means that Portugal would be staying on 3 points and their goal difference would go down. So if they lost by 1 goal, they would be the exact same as Ghana. If they lost by 2 goals, they would then slip to third in this group. So if Portugal lose by 2 goals here tonight, they go to third in the group. So this group's still wide open at the moment. Still wide open. It's still quite exciting. But, yeah, let's see how it goes. Portugal 3, Uruguay 2. Ronaldo's going to get a couple. Leo with 1. I don't know how you pronounce his name. Leo, is it? Leo? Nunez with 1. Valverde with 1, said Easy99. Ernesto said Uruguay 2, Portugal 0. James said, I was up early and I was impressed by Cameroon. Very good. Yeah, they put in a great performance. Paul has got Portugal. Bacon Plays said, we answered that for Bacon Plays. Martin said, just got home. It's been an awful day and it's only Monday. Oh, but hey, I've been there. I've been down those roads. Bad days, and they sort of ruin your week, don't they? So I'm sure things will pick up. I'm sure you can get things back on track tomorrow. I'm sure tomorrow will be a better day. Bacon Plays said, I think it'll be Uruguay 1, Portugal 2. Yeah, feel free to put your thoughts into the chat. You know what I like to do? I like to have a little read of the teams and the breakdowns of what the Guardian was saying about the teams coming into the tournament. So I don't know that we've read about Uruguay, but let's have a read now and see what's said. So Uruguay are an unknown quantity, but Diego Alonso has a good mix of youth and experience. Their strengths. Alonso has one of the best midfields in this tournament, led by Valverde, while Nunez, Suarez, and Cavani are all a threat up front. Weaknesses. There are big question marks about the defence and the fitness of Godin, Gimenez, and Araujo are all uncertain. So, question marks around the defence. Midfield looks very tasty. Up front looks like they've got some firepower. So, this is an exciting time to be a Uruguay fan. The team travelled to Qatar with an excellent blend of youth and experience. For players such as Muslera, Godin, Suarez, Cavani, it will be their 4th World Cup. But on the other hand, there are other players that are making their debut, like Nunez, Palestri, De La Cruz. They're making their World Cup debuts. There has not been a lot of time for the coach, Diego Alonso, to find the right balance of the team. And this has caused some anxiety before the World Cup has kicked off. But one thing is clear. There is enough talent in this squad to shock the world. Alonso, meanwhile, has not held back when it comes to pre-tournament predictions. The players and I want to become world champions, he said in May, causing great expectation amongst the fans. We want to go there and win it. And if you want to win, you have to prepare to win. We are a team that has a lot of hope. We believe in ourselves. I believe a lot in these players. And I believe that Uruguay is going to win the World Cup. Can Uruguay really win the World Cup for a 3rd time? Anything is possible. And individual performances suggest that most of the squads are in good form. and this allows the coach to dream big. Alonso, though, has led Uruguay for only 9 games and has had one major pre-World Cup setback, the injury to Araujo. The Barcelona defender was still included in the squad, though. So Uruguay are ranked 14th in the world. Their star player is Valverde. In the past, this would have been Suarez or Cavani, but that is no longer the case. Valverde's performances for Real Madrid have taken him to another level among some of the best in the world. This will be his first World Cup, but the national team are already relying on him to provide energy and ball distribution in midfield. Valverde and Alonso seem to get on like a house on fire. He once came to my house and chatted for an hour, Valverde said. And when he left, I was feeling like a tiger. I was ready to take anyone on. So there we go. Some real hype there around Uruguay. Some real hype around them, which is maybe going to take a few people by surprise. We have read about Portugal, but it's obviously just fun to quick recap. We won't spend too long on this. Portugal have got excellent goalkeepers, some of the best fullbacks in the world, and quality solutions all over midfield and firepower up front. Weaknesses: Santos does not have an abundance of centre-backs, and up front Ronaldo's struggles and Jota's injury have cast doubt over their preparations. So the plan, recent performances and results have raised doubts about Portugal's possibilities of going far. In particular, the defeats to Serbia and Spain. The 2 losses exemplify the team's current inconsistency as they fluctuate between playing some splendidly attractive football and retreating in fear of conceding and defending badly. The team are capable of thrashing Switzerland and the Czech Republic, but have also struggled in a couple of games against Ireland. So just gives you an idea, really, of what this game is going to be like. So Portugal have definitely got the ability and the players to hurt Uruguay. And if they're on their best, they can win this match quite comfortably. But Uruguay believe there's a lot of confidence in that squad. There's a lot of talent in that squad. And they are coming here to win the World Cup. They are coming here not to just make up the numbers, not to just hope that they get out of the group. They are coming here to win the World Cup. So there is going to be a lot of confidence in this side, a lot of belief. They're going to want to prove themselves. They're going to want to fight. They're going to want to battle. You always get that from Cavani, of course. But that midfield is very juicy for Uruguay. And honestly, I just don't know. I mean, I feel like this could be a draw, but we could see Portugal, with a moment of brilliance from Ronaldo, get the winner. We could see Uruguay just sneak the win. I don't see either side destroying the other side. I don't see this being 4-0 Portugal or 4-0 Uruguay. I feel like it's going to be quite close. So I'm leaning towards this being 2-2, something along those lines, I think. I'm hoping for goals. We were starved of goals in that last game. We got a goal in the 83rd minute, but we were a bit starved for goals. So I'm hoping that we get something in this game that's going to really be somewhat special. And we've seen some special results today. We saw 11 goals in the 2 earlier games, 3-3 and 3-2. So it would be nice to round off the day with another goal fest. But we'll see. Harry said, I'm back and I'm going to go 2-1 Portugal. Okay, yeah, I could see it. Reggie said, where do you think Ronaldo goes? Well, the reports are Gary Neville thinks that he's going to go to a top European team that maybe needs some firepower for the Champions League. So he might just spend like 6 months at a club. If it goes well, he might stay with them. But it seems like Saudi Arabia have come with a big offer. Al Hilal have apparently come in and said, name your price. Tell us how much money do you want? And, it could be that he ends up going to Saudi Arabia, and it could be that he plays for Al Hilal. I don't know if he'd want to move his family there, to be honest. So I don't know quite what that's going to look like for him. I don't know how tempted he is by that. Like, the money would be great. I'm sure that the club would provide him assurances and all that kind of stuff in regards to his family. But I can't imagine you'd want your family growing up in Saudi Arabia. I've got to think that you would probably want them to be in Portugal, maybe, and just have a place. I'm sure he's got a place in Portugal, so I don't know. But then that makes it difficult, doesn't it? It's a tricky one. It's really down to what he wants. I mean, the only thing I think he's going to struggle to find is a big European club that's going to pay that kind of money for him. But I think Gary could be right. A 6-month deal. Join someone that's trying to take that next step in the Champions League, that could really do with his firepower, that could really do with that X factor. And, you know, he might join a club that's... Who's left? I mean, let's have a look. Who's left in the Champions League that could end up getting Ronaldo? That's kind of an interesting question. Champions League last 16. Let's have a look. So we've got... I mean, again, it's got to be someone that's going to pay the money. So it's got to be someone that's going to pay the money. So it's not going to be the likes of Tottenham, right? I don't think Milan have got that money. Bayern, I don't think need him. I mean, they've got Mane, they've got Musiala. They are missing Lewandowski. It's not really Bayern's thing, is it? PSG are the sort of club that would do it. PSG are the sort of club that would splash that sort of money out for 6 months. So PSG for 6 months might be an option. Chelsea for 6 months might be an option, in all fairness. Chelsea for 6 months, PSG for 6 months, Club Brugge, Benfica, Dortmund, they won't have the money. Liverpool, I don't think would want him. Real Madrid wouldn't want him. Napoli and Frankfurt wouldn't have the money. Man City wouldn't want him. Leipzig wouldn't have the money. Porto wouldn't have the money. Would Inter have the money? I don't think Inter need him, do they? I think your options in the Champions League are very limited. I think they're very limited. If he wanted to not have a big payday, if the Champions League, if just playing in the Champions League is all that mattered to him, right? And he was just going to take like a stupid, like nothing wage for 6 months. I say nothing. I mean, he's still going to get paid 100,000 or whatever, 150,000, yeah? 200,000 maybe. But 500,000 a week, forget that. But if he was going to take that sort of a reduction, you know, would Napoli turn him down? Would Frankfurt turn him down? Would Leipzig turn him down? Would Porto turn him down? Would Benfica turn him down? Would Club Brugge turn him down? Would Tottenham turn him down? Maybe they would. I don't know. Maybe they would. They've got Kane. Kane and Ronaldo up front, though. That'd be kind of tasty. And Kane does play that 10 role, in all fairness. He's more of a... Well, he is a 9, but of course he slips into that 10. But it's on Ronaldo, innit? It's really on Ronaldo. It's what Ronaldo wants to do. If he was willing to take like a drastic pay cut for 6 months and then maybe take the Saudi money... I mean, money ain't going to be an issue for him. What does he want, though? I feel like he wants Champions League. I feel like he wants that last hurrah in the Champions League. I feel like he wants that last run in the Champions League. He wants those last Champions League experiences. That's the kind of thing money can't buy. Money can't buy that. You know, he can't, with all the money in the world, he can't buy those experiences, those Champions League nights. So, it'd be interesting. The answer is we don't know, but there is a possibility he goes to a big European club. Would you like Ronaldo at Stourbridge? I would take him at Stourbridge. Honestly, I wouldn't turn him down. He never would. Wow. Only because we would spend the money elsewhere. But you could dream as a Stourbridge fan. Easy99 said, I think Ronaldo will be willing to take a pay cut. For me, Ronaldo is richer. He could make money outside of football. He could be a football model, said Easy99. Bacon Plays said, if Ronaldo wants Champions League, then leaving Man United was the right option because they're not going to win anytime soon. Well, that's true. I mean, they're not going to win it. And to be honest, I mean, we're not in the Champions League this year. Next year, we are maybe going to be back in the Champions League, but we won't be a contender for it. I don't see us winning the Champions League next year by any means. This is a project that Ten Hag is building. United are building, we're growing, but we ain't going to be winning the Champions League next year. So, yeah, I mean, look, I agree. If he wants Champions League, then him leaving is the right thing. But can he get to a club that will be able to pay his wages, or will he come down enough to go to one of those teams? Midnight Madness said Bayern Munich. Midnight Madness, shout out to you. Big fan. Who's winning? Can you call my name? Says Khan. Khan, shout out to you. I think this will be a draw. We were just talking about it. Actually, I think this is a close game. I really think this is a close game. I think Portugal against Uruguay is difficult. We just kind of read a little preview of the game, preview of the two teams. Uruguay are really confident coming here to win this. Only getting a point in their first game would have been disappointing for Uruguay. They're going to look to bounce back, make a statement, really stick it to Portugal. And honestly, when it comes to the group games, this is one of those games that sort of stands out. For me, Spain, Germany was the top two teams in that group. We saw that last night. I would say Switzerland, Brazil was the top two teams in the Brazil group. We've just saw that game. And now I think these are the top two teams in this group. So it's another juicy one. Have you heard Chris Weidman? How he's doing from his broken leg? I haven't, but he has been at some shows. So I believe he's up and out and about. He's been in the stands for some UFC shows. So I don't know. I haven't seen him with crutches or anything like that. So I feel like he's up and walking about again. It's probably been like time. It's been a while, in all fairness. It's been a good while. He should have recovered from it by now. I came with APFP. Canada F, shout out to you. Where's hello? James said, I'm going to go 5-1 Portugal. Do we get Dexter Miz tonight? It is Dexter Miz tonight, yes. Dexter Miz should be taking place tonight. Just watching the teams arrive. There is the Uruguay coach. Off steps Suarez. Up steps Cavani. Suarez is not in the starting lineup. They've gone with Cavani and Nunes up front. Kind of tempting, actually. It was tempting to go with Nunes. I think I had Nunes week 1, and I was really tempted to leave him in, but it's really hard to know quite how this game's going to go. What player from Uruguay do you think Portugal should watch out for? Oh, well, they will already be aware, of course, of Valverde. We were just talking about him. They will already be aware of Nunes. They were saying before that in the past, the teams to keep an eye on or the players to keep an eye on would have been Cavani. Cavani would have been one of those names. Suarez would have been one of those names. It's not the case anymore. There are other players that are coming through. Another player to keep an eye on, of course, is Bentancur, who has shown himself to be a fantastic talent in midfield. They were just saying on that write-up that the midfield is really the strong point for Uruguay. That's the area of the pitch that they really, really excel in. And obviously with Valverde, but Bentancur is someone that is a fantastic talent, plays for Tottenham. He got 7 out of 10 in his first game. I've just got the write-up here for him. He said, Lolo, as he is nicknamed, had a dizzying start to youth football that marked him out as a star from the beginning. He was only 4 when his mother passed away. In tribute to her, he wears the number 30, the date of her birthday. At the age of 12, he was taken to train with the main squads at the local club. And at the age of 13, Boca Juniors discovered him through a physical trainer who had travelled to give a talk, and he was amazed by his talent. He was taken to try out for Boca and stayed to live in Buenos Aires. He matured in a hurry because at the age of 17, he was starting for Boca before spending 5 years at Juventus. He is now a mainstay at Conte's Tottenham team. So, Bentancur in midfield, known as the metronome. And he was also someone that was pulled out as not their star player, but their unsung hero. Tottenham's Bentancur is the soul of the team. He is a silent leader, but still has undeniable charisma. He has everything a modern footballer needs, with his passing and game intelligence standing out, but he couples that with a willingness to put his body on the line when needed, and some tireless running. He can play centrally or on the wing, but it is often used as one of two number sixes by Diego Alonso. He gives Uruguay a unique consistency in midfield with Valverde, the pair having played together for a long time as they are part of the same generation. So those two playing together in midfield, added in with the likes of De La Cruz, and then, of course, you've got real incredible experience and youth blend up front with the likes of Cavani, Suarez, Nunez. Kind of gives you an idea of what this Uruguay team is going to bring to the table. So very excited. I am genuinely excited for this game. Probably more excited for this than I was for the Brazil game. Although I was still really interested in seeing Brazil, but I had a feeling that was going to be close. Legend Killer, shout out to you. Days, the Mauna Loa volcano has erupted. Never heard of it. Where is it? Where is that volcano? JM Beer said Raw is going to be interesting tonight. Pepe with headbutt Nunez in this game. Will headbutt Nunez in this game, said Easy99. Dave said, who do you want to win this game? I want Uruguay. I want Uruguay because I want interesting groups. I don't really want to tune in to games next week and the groups are sorted, That just makes it a bit dull, doesn't it? We'll be sitting here and there won't be any drama and there won't be any tension and the groups are all sorted. Like some of the best games that we've watched are ones that have had a bit of added drama, like obviously Spain and Germany, Argentina and Mexico. Like, it really mattered what the results were. And if Portugal are going to win here, then that puts them through. You might have a bit of drama as to who the second team is, but if Uruguay win, it blows this whole group wide open. So, I'd be leaning towards Uruguay. I'm not passionately behind Uruguay. I don't really care as to which way it goes, but I'll go Uruguay. I'll make this group interesting. As we said, we've got the standings on screen. Portugal on 3, Ghana on 3, Uruguay on 1. If Uruguay win here, they would go to 4. So it would be 4 points for Uruguay, 3 for Portugal, 3 for Ghana. South Korea would still be in it. They're still not out of it. They're on a point. But heartbreak for them earlier today as they lost their game 3-2 to Ghana. So, as we said, quite a few goals doing the rounds. But 3-2, they ended up losing. Is that going to come back and sting them? Is that the defeat that sends South Korea out of this World Cup? Well, obviously, we've got the next round of games to find out. But, not a great result for them earlier. We've got Portugal. Where is Ricardo, Portugal's older brother? LDTV, hello. Gil Hermes says, Days, you have betrayed me. Come on, Portugal. Well, I don't mind Portugal going through. In fact, I don't mind Portugal going through, but I just want it to be interesting for the last round of games. That's all. Just want it to be interesting. Nidula said, I think this might end as a tie. It could. It really could. I think it is going to be quite close and cagey and tricky. We're half an hour until kickoff. That's all. Half an hour to go. There is obviously a lot of excitement. In fact, what we could do, we've got a little break, a bit of an opportunity. We could have a look at the fantasy game. We could have a little look at the fantasy game and see how that's going for people. I genuinely don't know where I am in that at the moment. But we've had a fair few games today. And I know that a lot of people had Brazil. So let's have a look at FIFA World Cup and see where we are with the fantasy game. There's over 200 people playing in our fantasy game. We'll have a little look and see who is leading that. We tend to have a look afterwards, but whilst we're just waiting for this to start, we can jump in and take a look. Leagues. So, there we go. I have gone to 33rd. 33rd. I'm coming. I'm climbing. I'm on the way. 33rd out of 200. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. So we've got Nelson Silva in the lead. 137. 137. So you can see not a bad week there at all. Not a bad week. And still, I think Costa still to play. But yeah, we've got Salisu doing well in defense. That's very good. The big question's going to be, though, what do you do for this final round of games? Because, you know, some of these games, you're going to have teams that have qualified. So that means that they might rest some players. It's going to make it really hard to know. It's always this way. You never quite know who's going to play, who's not going to play, who's going to, like, you know, get an opportunity and stake a claim. For example, like, you know, will Foden play for England? Will he start? If he does start, he's going to have a great performance and stake a claim so that, you know, Southgate doesn't leave him out. So, you know, you might be looking at a Foden, but then Foden might not play and Southgate might just stick with his normal team. Same with France. They might decide to continue playing Mbappe. So I really feel like this third round of games is going to be a big, big difference maker. I feel like there's going to be a lot. This is where you're going to need your bench. Definitely going to need your bench because I don't think you're going to be able to predict everyone that plays. You know, for example, Brazil. Brazil have just won and they've gone through now. So what do they do with their players? So, yeah, it's really hard to know what to do. It's really hard. I mean, thankfully, you've only got a couple of substitutions that you can make anyway. So, you know, you might want to just have a look and pick those carefully. But, yeah, just be aware that I think you are going to need your bench going forwards. And then, of course, after the third round of games, you can then make a load of changes because there are then unlimited transfers. Once the group stage is over, you can just make any change you want. As we go into the knockout phase. So that's a big, big moment. But then, of course, if you've already played your wild card, then, you know, that's where we start to see it get quite tight. You really need teams that are going to be sticking around because if you pick players from teams that are going out, you're going to find it harder as you get into the later stages. So we'll worry about that in the future, though. We'll worry about that in the future. Let's just go back and have a look. So 137, a little bit of a gap there, 9 points. Breham is in second place. And again, you know, not crazy scores there in the kind of middle. Like midfield was didn't really do it for Breham there. But obviously Mbappe came through, Messi came through, Valencia was a good pick. Trippier in defence, Martinez in goal. So, you know, you're not going to have everyone perform for you. But as long as you've got some key performers, that seems to be enough. So, yeah, I don't know if there's any teams that are, like, mind-blowing this week. There might be. But, yeah, that's the top of our... Let's have a look at match day 2, actually. Who's got the best team? Here we go. I was 13th this week so far. Damn! I've had a really good week, you know. 13th I was this week. Let's have a look at Tyflow. This is the best team this week so far, you know. Casemiro, 9 points. Messi, 18. Mbappe, 13. Couple of defenders, and that's about it. That's about it. So I'm sure most teams had either Messi or Mbappe or maybe both. And then it's just, did you have a couple of defenders? Did you have some in midfield? So, you know, those games where people just don't perform for you in the fantasy game. Don't worry about it. Even the best teams have got, like, you know, Courtois, no points. Vinicius Jr., 1 point. Bellingham, 2 points. Saka, 2 points. Van Dijk, 1 point. Like, every team seems to be going through that. So, yeah, interesting. So, that's where we are overall. It's getting spicy. It's getting tasty. But I'm going to check it out. Days, I just commented on this amusing thing on the time is in the Sami Zayn thing. What do you mean, Joseph? Gilherme, I don't know how you pronounce the name. Gilherme. Is it Gilherme? Gilherme. I've gone with Gilherme. says, come on, Portugal, let's get revenge for 2018. Legend Killer says, hello, hope you're well. Cephas says, love the teacup. Do you know what? We're all out of cups. And I think it's my fault because I always have these, like just little white things that are just a standard cheap things you get from like, anywhere. We're completely out. So now I've got to have this sexy little number. Look at this. Sexy little thing with flowers and gold on it and whatever. Look at that on the inside. Fancy, innit? Fancy. Never do I drink out of anything like this. It's not normally my cup of choice, but, I don't mind going flowery once in a while. Easy99 said, just call me Goo. Yeah, but I don't even know how to pronounce that. Gooey? Goo? G? Goo? Goo? I don't even know how to pronounce that. Dave said, what are you doing tomorrow? 2 games on at the same time. We're doing them all. So we're doing, I've said this, the thumbnail might say England, Wales, but we are still doing USA, Iran. When I made them, I didn't want to make it too confusing they only give you so many characters in the thumbnail, and I didn't want to make the text small and have 2 images and blah, 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 blah. So I've just gone with one. I've gone big with one, and but we will have the one on TV and the other one on the laptop, so we will be watching both. I think this is going to end 2-2, says Nadula. Chris, shout out to you. Daniel said hello from LA. CR7, let's go. JB said, we all need a grandfather like Ronaldo. Just think of the money at Christmas. And the stories, of course. Easy99 said, Ghana, Uruguay in the last game will be interesting, especially what happened in the 2010 World Cup. Bacon Play said, there was a giant flood in Saudi Arabia 4 days ago. Didn't hear about that, to be honest. Can you check my team out, says Jess. What's your team, bud? What's your team? Do you know what number your team is? The largest volcano in Hawaii. Oh, is that where it is? So the largest volcano in Hawaii has erupted. Is everyone all right? I hope so. Is that a big problem? You'll have to let me know. I'm not really in with the news at the moment. We're in full-on World Cup mode right now. But yeah, someone mentioned earlier about a volcano erupting. Morgan said, who do you think will win? I think it's going to be a draw. I think this is a real difficult game. I think that there's some real quality on both sides. I mean, look, if Ronaldo wants to step up and create some magic, then of course he can be the difference maker. So the stage is set. Ronaldo was born for nights like this, so he could absolutely be the difference maker. But we've also seen Portugal really struggling to click as a team, and sometimes they can make things hard work. So yeah, don't know. Really don't know that I can see either team winning this. So I'm gonna go with the draw. FA Cup third round is gonna start soon, said Tall Paul. It's the largest in the world. It's the largest volcano in the world, is it? Oh, okay. Well, let's have a look at this then. I'm guessing this is massive news. Again, I hope everyone's all right. Volcano. Mauna Loa, the world's largest active volcano, erupts in Hawaii. First time it has erupted since 1984. Lava overflowing in southwest portion of the land. There are no indications that it's a threat. So no indications that it's going to threaten any of the populated areas. No evacuation orders are in place. So very good. So there we go. No one seemingly at risk. No evacuation orders in place or anything. So good. Morgan said, I'm in the stadium. Enjoy the game, dude. Enjoy the game. Should be a lot of fun. Ledge Killer said, I'm doing great and I am watching the World Cup. Bacon Player said, I saw an orange volcano watch on an island in Hawaii. Bacon Plays said Portugal are only top 10 by 1 goal difference. So Ghana have been impressive. I thought they would have been rock bottom by now. Rock bottom. If you smell. Wes says, I'm 143rd in the league. Well, I mean, look, there's 200 people, and there's only been 2 game weeks. And I think that this is going to really sort the men from the boys this 3rd game week. So if you get this 3rd game week right, you could really climb up that table. So France and Brazil will be in the final, and Brazil will win, said Zakaria. That's a spoiler alert. Spoiler. Spoiler. I am doing great. I am watching the World Cup. Right, do you want me to have a look at yours, Wes? 143rd. I mean, I can't really give you much advice, bud, because to be honest, I'm pretty good. I'm all right when it comes to the Premier League one. I'm not very good when it comes to these tournament ones. But I can have a little look. 143rd. They're just showing Wales on TV at the moment as they're getting ready for their big game that's coming up against England tomorrow. Um, 143rd, this one. So, I mean, what I would say is that you've got lots of people that are playing. Tielemans played, didn't he? I'm sure Tielemans played. But yeah, you just want to make sure, definitely. Oh, it's a shame that you had Chesney on the bench, but you still had Allison, so. But that would have been another 4 points if Chesney had played. But yeah, what I would say is, like, decent looking sides. There's not really too much that I think needs to change there. I mean, Tielemans, for example, I think he stands a really good chance. Of playing in the final round of games. Davis is going to play. Davis isn't the worst shout, because he's going to want to show that he's world class and going to want to show, restore a bit of pride for Canada. I don't know who these people play next, though. So, is that Morocco for Davis? Germany have got Costa Rica, by the looks of it. Croatia's going to be hard. Is that Croatia for Belgium? Is that Croatia? That's going to be really difficult if it is. Obviously, we know about Portugal, Uruguay. Messi has got Poland. Couple of, you've got to bear that in mind. It's going to be so difficult. What you need is a team. You need a big team that's not qualified yet, that's got an easy side they're playing. So, England, for example. No, perfect. Netherlands. I don't believe Netherlands have qualified, but they play Qatar. So you would look at Netherlands and you'd think, well, they're going to beat Qatar. They still haven't qualified. Are they really going to rest anyone? So you might want to look at the likes of Klaassen. You might want to look at Bergwijn. You might want to look at maybe Memphis Depay. Don't know where we are with him starting. Van Dijk, I think your clean sheet might be good for next week. So you might want to just have a look at Dutch players, because I think that would be not the worst shout in the world. I hope Costa of the Rica will survive the Germans, says Bacon Plays. Guilhermo says, I've joined. Very good. Can you now tell me how to pronounce your first name? Because that would be great, because I want to make sure I'm getting it right. I am... That's low down 1 minute wrestler. I don't even know what that number is. I've got a feeling it's like 1 million. 1,197,134. Yeah, I mean, look, considering there's only 200 people in the league, I'm not going to lie, mate, that's bad. That's bad. Zakaria said, did you see the lights go out during Brazil match? I thought it was The Undertaker. I did see the lights go out. We had some fun with that. A lot of people thinking it was Bray. Maka said, thoughts on Charlotte returning to team with Becky and dethrone Io and Dakota. Don't know that I am anticipating that, to be honest, but then I don't know quite what's happening with Charlotte. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Nadula, scratch that. I'm 128, says Wes. Oh, Wes. Where's Nadula said, I'm 91st. Well, just take the comments I've said. You can see if your players are playing or not, right? You can see if they're playing or not. You can see who they're playing next by changing that little thing at the top to next fixture. I would urge that you do that. I mean, what we can do is just have a look at like the upcoming fixtures, actually. Upcoming fixtures, and then that'll tell us if there's any opportunities. So I really like Netherlands against Qatar. I think that's one that's worth having a little look at. England Wales is not going to be that easy. I mean, you could go for an England player. Wales are certainly not out. They're going to be fighting, but that might work in England's favour if they're going to come forward and create some space, open up at the back, you know. So you might want to look at an England player. Definitely look at Netherlands. Poland, Argentina is going to be tricky, but Argentina need to get a win there, so Messi is going to play. Mexico, Saudi Arabia, again, I mean, who knows? Saudi Arabia beat Argentina. You don't know how that game's going to go. So, I mean, look, anyone in Group C you could go for. That group is still wide open, so I don't think there's going to be any rested players in that group. France could rest players against Tunisia. Absolutely, they're through. And honestly, they've got such squad depth that it wouldn't surprise me if they did turn to some alternatives. So, I don't know. I mean, like Kingsley Coman, could he get a bit of a start? Could we see, like, you know, someone along those lines coming in? Don't know. There'd be some interesting options there, I think, for France as potential alternatives up front. Australia and Denmark, they've got to just keep battling. Denmark, I mean, look, Denmark should have too much for Australia. So, you know, Denmark could also be someone that's worth looking at. So Denmark's not the worst shout. That could be interesting. Let's have a look. We've got Germany, Costa Rica. Germany need a win. Costa Rica are beatable. We saw Spain put 7 past them. Musiala could be a good shout. Musiala might be quite tempting. That guy that came on and scored as well. I wonder if he'll get a start. What's his name? Fulkrug. He might get a start for Germany now. He came off the bench and scored. So, yeah, I've got to think Germany's probably worth a shout. Spain are not through, and they've got a tricky game against Japan. So I think you could still have some Spanish. So you probably want to get a bit of a list together of like Netherlands, Argentina, maybe England, Germany. I would avoid France. I think I would avoid France. They're not going to be able to change their whole 11. But I don't know how much I would invest in them. Canada, Morocco. You could go Canada, in all fairness. You could go Canada. I mean, Alphonso Davies has looked pretty good. Morocco, though, I think they did get a result, didn't they? So even that game, I don't know that Canada's going to win. But they're going to try for a win. Canada are definitely going to try for a win, try and get some pride back. Croatia, Belgium. Don't fancy Belgium at all. You might want to get in a Croatia player there. And then we're around to the final game. So you've got Brazil against Cameroon. They're already through. They might rest some players, so I don't know how much you can be confident there. Serbia, Switzerland could be a close little game. You could maybe pick up someone there, but I don't know. That's going to be a cagey affair, I think. Obviously, we don't know about this group yet until this game is done, so we're going to have to wait and see here. But yeah, there's definitely some opportunities, but I think how you play that last round of games is going to be really, really important. That could really separate the teams as we go into the last round. We are seeing the team starting to line up. We've got 10 minutes left to go. Ronaldo will defeat Roman Reigns, said Bacon Plays. Rumour that we get Bianca Charlotte at WrestleMania 39. Well, that would be good. She wants that because she wants to beat all of the horsewomen. She said that afterwards, didn't she? After the Survivor Series. Maka said, last question about WWE. Do you see any returns tonight? I don't think so. I don't know where we are, but I think if we were going to bring back Sasha, I think we would have done it at Survivor Series. I think if we were going to bring back Charlotte, we would have done it there as well, so I'm not anticipating any returns. MB said, I hope Portugal completely crush Uruguay so that Ghana can have a chance. of making the knockout stage. Lee is 10th. You're 10th in the league. That's really good, Lee. That's really good. That's really good. Let's respect where it's due. Let's have a look at Lee's team. So those are the next fixtures for Lee. Again, you've got an England player, you've got Messi. Mbappe might be a concern. Obviously, we don't know about Portugal. USA are going to battle against Iran. Got Saka. Next opponents are Germany. Might be a problem. Not in a bad place, though, in all fairness. It's not. That is, you kind of look at that and you go, yeah, you might want some Dutch players in there. Netherlands against Qatar. I think they've got a real opportunity to fill their boots. So you might want to look at some Dutch players. But, I mean, look, you're 10th. You don't need any advice from me. Not that I can give advice in this. I'm 30th at the moment, 31st or so. But, yeah, you're doing very, very well. It's going to be an interesting final round, that is. Last question. Representing returns. Answered that one. Justin said Beyblades against Yu-Gi-Oh! It's got to be Beyblades, isn't it? Austin Theory tells me that I should like Beyblades, so Beyblades is where my support goes. Here we go then, the two teams making their way out. Easy99 said, reportedly there is a deal between WWE and Sasha Banks in middle because of money situations. Money? What? I don't understand. What's it got to do with money? How has money come into this? How has money come into this? It's all to do with, like, she walked out on them because of the tag team division not being booked right. So they sent her home, and now all of a sudden there's money that's involved. I am 153rd, says 1 Minute Wrestler. Well, take my advice that you've seen there, buds. Have a look at your team. Have a look and see who's been playing, who hasn't been playing. See who's performed for you, who hasn't. Look at their next fixtures. Who's got easier games. We just went through the upcoming fixtures and looked at some of the bigger teams that I think could still field strong sides. I would be looking at Dutch players. I think you're safe with Argentina. I think you're safe with Germany. Germany just haven't looked brilliant, but they've got to get a win, haven't they? They need to get a result. So, Musiala's look lively. But, yeah, plenty of options. Will you record England-Wales? We are going to be live streaming during it. Yeah, that's one we're definitely going to be watching. But we will be keeping an eye on USA, Iran as well. Portugal, national anthem being sung. Portuguesa is playing, says Guilherme. I don't know how you pronounce this name. Let's have a look and see what GUI is. That should help me pronounce. Here we go. It says, how do you pronounce this correctly?
We are looking at how to pronounce using words in English, some of the most mispronounced ones, so make sure to stay tuned for those.
Yeah.
Gooey.
Gooey. Gooey. That's how they say to pronounce it. Gooey. Why do they always talk so slow? I've been on that channel a few times. Welcome to this video where we learn how to pronounce this word. So we're going to say the words. The words coming now. And the words that you want pronouncing, I am going to pronounce as... Oh my God, just get to the words. Gooey. There we go. Gooey. If that's wrong, that's not my fault. What channel is this match? BBC or ITV? ITV. What's your prediction for the match? I'm going to go 2-2. The World Cup's like a Royal Rumble, said Zakaria. Right, we've just got the Uruguayan national anthem. Look at him. Full face paint on. Paul said, I can't wait. Wes said, it's pronounced G-L Hermy. GL Hermy. GL Hermy. Is that correct? GL Hermy. Maybe it's GL Hermy. GL Hermy. GL Hermy. GL Hermy. We've also got Gooey in the offering as well. I'm trying here. There is real effort being applied. Fantasy football gold dust from Days, says Martin. Well, I've had a good week. I wouldn't be giving any kind of advice if I'd had another bad week, but I've had an all right week this week, so I feel like I'm in a position where I can at least offer something. I want to see some ladies cheering their team on. Oh, you will, Dave. Don't you worry about that. There's normally some ladies in the crowd. Don't you worry about that. I think Sasha wants more money and a new negotiation deal. Yeah, I don't get why unless her contract was coming up. I want to see some ladies cheering on. Right, get in your final thoughts. Portugal against Uruguay. What are you expecting this score to be? What do you think this score is going to be? Portugal against Uruguay. We're at the final ad break just before kickoff. As we said, final game of the day, final game of this second round of games. Go, Portugal, go. FA Cup draw in a minute, says James. Let us know who we get. Let us know who we get. I'm not going to get a chance to watch it. Bacon Plays says, someone grabbed the Uruguay from Spain, Germany before it gets thrown away, the Uruguay flag. Yeah, this is a big game. Just seeing the lineup. So Costa in goal, Cancelo, Diaz, Pepe, Mendes, Carvalho, Neves, Fernandez, Bernardo Silva, Felix, Ronaldo. It's a good team, man. Such a good team. Ronaldo. Okay. About to get underway. Suarez is benched. Cavani, the scourge of Portugal from the last World Cup. He starts up front with Darwin Núñez. Right, we're just getting a lovely aerial shot. Looks like Uruguay are going to be kicking us off with this. So the two teams are on the pitch. We've done the national anthems. We've got Uruguay about to kick off. These two sides are quite equal, said Bacon Plays. If you think about it, Uruguay have won more World Cups. So based on trophies, Uruguay are a better side. Yeah, but those trophies were a long, 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 long time ago. Okay, there we go. We've kicked off. Okay, so Portugal on the ball in the middle of the park. So Portugal are on the ball right on the halfway line, and there's a foul there, and it's going to be a Portugal free kick. 9 minutes to go for the FA Cup draw, says Dave. Francesco said, in my opinion, Portugal are better than Argentina. Legend Killer said, let's go. A lot of excitement in the chat. A lot of excitement in the chat. We've broken both teams down. We've looked at the fantasy game. We've previewed this game as well. Time for talking is done. Let's see what they can do on the pitch. And hopefully we just get some goals and drama. That's what we're looking for. Ball being headed forward by Uruguay. Uruguay all in white. They're going from left to right. Portugal are going from right to left as the ball goes all the way back to the Uruguay keeper. Gets kicked out. That's going to be a throw into Portugal on the near side. This is the game I've been looking forward to the most since the draw was made, said Watson Duncan. Bacon Plays said, come on, Portugal. Sui, Uruguay are fouling already. Daniel said, let's go Portugal. Zakaria said, the problem with Portugal and Argentina, they depend on one player. Germany work as a team. Here we go. Gielhermi said, let's go. We're trying. We're working. We're battling. We're going to get there. Gielhermi, we're going to get there. Shot from outside the box, but that's wide by Uruguay. Bacon Plays said Uruguay aren't in their light blue, but that's probably because it's their away shirt. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think it would have been a problem, them being in their blue. Wouldn't have clashed with what Portugal are wearing. That was wasteful, though, by Uruguay. They got to the edge of the area. You've got to be hitting the target. So, quite wasteful in the early stages of this one. Giel El Hermi says Cancelo is on really bad form. Jilly said Triple H failed to seal a deal with Sasha for Survivor Series. The reason Becky was a mystery for War Games. WWE said it was Becky, not Sasha. Becky would have been booed out of Boston. That's a good point, actually. That's a good point. If you left it as a mystery, then they would have expected Sasha. Shot just on the inside of the box. So Ronaldo chesting the ball back to the edge of the box. There's a shot that's from Carvalho that just goes well over. Again, both teams getting opportunities, but both teams need to put their shooting boots on. Ball being played forwards. Headed forwards there by the Portuguese defence. So Portugal have got the ball in their own half. Playing it back. Comes back to the goalkeeper. He launches it forwards. In the middle of the park, Uruguay get ahead on it. Chested down, played over to the right-hand side, played into the centre, ball bouncing around. Again, just knocked back and picked up by Cancelo. Again, that comes back to the Portuguese defence. Played into the centre. Carvalho, ball coming over to that left-hand side. Portugal just playing it around in their own half. Uruguay will be all right with this. They are putting a bit of pressure on, trying to close down. But ball is still with Portugal as they try down that right-hand side. They can't get over the halfway line at the moment, Portugal. Golden goal, but in normal time, tense and probably impractical, says Gary. João Felix goes down. João Felix down there. Looks like there's a foul. It's right on the halfway line. 5 minutes gone so far. This game settling down. Both teams have had a shot. But both teams' shots have been well off target. Again, I feel that USA chances of reaching tomorrow is slim, said Christian Power to none. Again, team is on a rebuild. Yeah, I mean, what I would say is that USA have not qualified for the last World Cup. And I remember USA not qualifying for the last World Cup. And I remember seeing some on YouTube where they were really laying into the team for not qualifying and saying now they'd let the country down, all that kind of stuff. 4 years later, you have qualified and you've battled in this group. You managed to get a draw against Wales and a draw against England. There's a yellow card for a foul there. Yellow card on Bentancur, who picks up a yellow. So what I would say about USA is that you've made improvements from 4 years ago. And in 4 years' time, you've got the World Cup. I mean, you're going to take more steps forward. There's no two ways about that. I think that you will get out of your group at the next World Cup. You already don't need to worry about qualifying for it. You're definitely going to be there. Now you just need to, I think you will. I think the investment will come in to ensure that you've got a good, capable team. That's lovely by Ronaldo. They're just seeing the Portugal chance. Fernandez having a word with Ronaldo. So we're in the 7th minute. So yeah, USA. I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna do. I don't know if they're gonna go through. I think it is going to be a challenge to try and get a result against Iran. I think is going to be tricky. I think England just caught them at a good time. To be honest, I think they were shell shocked. But we saw that they were much improved against Wales. Ball being played forward. Ball going over to that right-hand side. Portugal, shot from distance, but very tame and well wide. Well wide by Portugal. Yeah, he's always jumped really well, Ronaldo, hasn't he? He's always been fantastic in the air. Just seeing him winning a ball there. Who is your World Cup star player of the World Cup so far? Maybe Mbappe. I feel like Mbappe has shown why he is regarded as maybe the best player in the world right now. I think that he really inspired France when they needed that inspiration. And he is joint leader, I believe I'm right in saying, at the moment when it comes to top goal scorer. I think Valencia for Ecuador has been fantastic as well. I was really impressed with, was it Buchanan? I love Tyler Adams for USA. I think he's been brilliant for USA. But is it Buchanan for Canada? Of course, Alphonso Davies for Canada as well. Saka did well in the first game, as did Bellingham, but they didn't show up in the second game. I don't think you can really give anything to the England team. Maybe Maguire. Maybe there's a bit of encouragement for England that Maguire did so well in that second game. But some of the teams that did well in the first game faded in the second. Lovely through ball there by Bruno, but couldn't get it to its destination. Yeah, Fernandez trying to get that ball through. Imagine Mbappe, Haaland and Messi at Man City next season, says DR. Mbappe was really good, but Ronaldo is the GOAT, said Thruka. What's your favourite World Cup goal of all time? To be honest, don't know. The ones that come to mind are always England ones. There are always England ones that come to mind. Trying to think of... And England ones are clearly not the best ones. Owens was fantastic against Argentina. Michael Owen, 98, was amazing. Joe Cole scored a fantastic goal against Sweden. That comes to mind. There's a Van Persie one, isn't it? Do you remember there was a Van Persie? Was that the dive-in header? I feel like that's iconic. There's a loud cheer as we get to the 10-minute mark. Yeah, lots of noise, lots of passion in the stands. Definitely not Maradona. Maradona's second one against England was amazing, wasn't it? Not the hand of God. Here's Fernandez trying to cut onto the inside. Ball being played forwards. Nunes charging forward down the left. He's got a couple of Portuguese players by him. He wins a corner though. Oh, look at him. Screaming out to the fans. So Nunes charging forward. He kicks that advertising horde. He does try and get the crowd going. There's plenty of noise in there. They were saying there's not as many empty seats in the stadium. It's going to be a corner for Uruguay. So Uruguay going to look to whip this in. Play it short. Here it comes into the box. Up in the air and goes over the top. Got to do better. Got to do better. I heard that boxing star Canelo Alvarez called out Lionel Messi. He did, yeah. Well, he said, just pray I don't see you or bump into you. James Rodriguez's volley goal. Beautiful. Got to look out for Nunes, said Tharuka. Watson said Nunes will score. And I will come back and say I told you so. I don't know that anyone's disagreeing, to be honest. Japan should have been better. Still mad at Japan for helping Germany, says Daniel. Let's go, Portugal. Viva Ronaldo, said Zakaria. Mr. Unfamiliar said, is soccer still a thing? It is still the biggest sport in the world, yes. DR said, imagine. Mbappe, we read that one. Justin said, when Germany slaughtered Brazil, that was amazing. Yes, but you know, I can't remember any goals from that game. I remember the score, 7-1, I believe it was, but I can't remember any goals from the game. A little push there by Uruguay. I think you're going to get quite a bit of this from Uruguay. They're not scared to get stuck in. Oh, what's going on here? I don't know what's happening there between Diaz and Mendes. Very animated. Referee having a word with Bentancur. Bentancur's going to have to be careful because he's already on a yellow. Free kick to Portugal. Yeah, ref's having a word, telling him to calm down. I mean, look, he's yellow carded and we're only into the 14th minute. If I'm the Uruguay manager, I'm a little bit concerned about Bentancur in this game. This game really does not need a red card because that would ruin the game. Let's keep it 11 players on both sides. Possession so far, 60% for Portugal, 12 in contest, 12%, 28% for Uruguay. Ledge Killer says, come on, Portugal. Justin said, when Germany slaughtered Brazil, that was amazing. Zakaria said, who's your favourite England player? All-time England player. Oh, God, there's been so many. I mean, love Bellingham right now. Love Saka right now. Loved Gaza, such a special talent. Love Shearer, love Rooney, love David Beckham. Oh, I just love so many. I love so many. If I was to pick one, I'd probably have to go Bobby Moore. Bobby Moore, captain of England when we won the trophy in 1966. One of the greatest England players of all time. I mean, even Pele used to say such glowing words about Bobby Moore. So you really feel like Bobby was true world class. And we've had plenty of world class players, but I think he'd be the captain of them all. Portugal are deep in the Uruguay half. They're just passing it around, but pressure being applied by Uruguay. They're driving Portugal back. Portugal going over to the right-hand side. Cal Al Cool J said, I remember when God scored, he even used his hand. Bacon Plays said, I just went to comment that time Brazil scored against Switzerland. 83rd minute, wasn't it? Just seeing some step-overs from Ronaldo. Gerard said Zakaria. Ball is thrown in, down the line. It's in Uruguay's half. Ball being passed around. Up in the air, bounce in. Nice interception there by Uruguay. Played into the centre. Uruguay have got it in their defence. Quick little one-touch, but it gets given away back to Portugal. Portugal, look at the room. There's too much space for Portugal. On the inside, shot comes in. Balloons up. And it goes wide. Goes wide for Felix. It's going to be a corner. There's too much space being given to Portugal. Just ballooned up into the air and ended up going wide. It was a deflected shot. Guimaraes had to get something in the way of that. Here we go. It's going to be a corner to Portugal. Can they get something from this? I think there will be goals in this game. I think both sides have got the ability to make mistakes at the back. Ronaldo is in there, of course. Diaz has come up. Ball is going to be whipped in. It's played out, actually. Outside the box. There's a foul, and the referee, is he going to give a free kick? It's going to be a free kick. This is Ronaldo territory. This is very much Ronaldo territory. Foul just outside the penalty area. Over to the left of the goal. And he is going to be absolutely licking his lips at this. He is going to be licking his lips. No, Uruguay have not settled into this. How far do you think Portugal will go? Really don't know. I thought that they would top their group. If they finish second, I don't know who they play, actually. Let's just have a quick look. If Portugal finish second, they will play the winners of Group G. That would be Brazil. Portugal do not want to finish second in their group. They do not want to play Brazil. So, the round of 16 if they finish second. Here's Portugal, Ronaldo standing over the ball. There is a 5-man wall. Ronaldo bounces off the wall. Bounces, couldn't get it. Couldn't get it around the wall. Yeah. The wall doing its job. Scotty, shout out to you. Trini, hello. Says hello from under lots of water. Why are you under lots of water, Trini? What's going on? Ball being played in, but goes out. We're into the 19th minute. So, yeah, I think it's really important that Portugal not only get through, but they've got to try and finish first. Whoever finishes runner-up here looks like they're going to be getting Brazil. Right, corner to Uruguay. This has been a fun game, though. We've seen plenty of like corners, free kicks. Ball is long. That's weak from Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes takes that, and it goes all the way over everyone's heads. Goes out for a throw-in. Very poor. Got to do better than that. Martin said the goal Maradona scored against England in 86. Not the Hand of God one, but the other one. Yeah, it's amazing. It is an amazing goal. Ball is played back. Portugal pick it up. Wasteful by Uruguay. They're giving the ball away too much. If they have got dreams of winning the World Cup, they're going to have to be much better than they've been in these opening 19, 20 minutes. Here's Mendes cutting on the inside. Neves goes over to the right-hand side. Cancelo, again, plenty of space. Just Portugal moving the ball around really well. It's played in the middle. Cleared by Uruguay. Again, plenty of space. Down that right-hand side, right on the edge of the penalty box. Cleared by Uruguay. Shot comes in, kept low. Again, blocked by Uruguay. Uruguay looking to counter. Uruguay looking to try and counter. Ball being played quite central. Nunez. And Portugal going to be there to mop it up. And it goes out. It's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in. So they have managed to just at least ease a little bit of pressure that was on them. Just managed to ease a little bit of pressure. Legend Killer says, come on, Portugal. Trini said, all help would be welcome right now. The cleanup is going to take a week. I'm okay. My furniture is toast. Trini, what's happened? I don't even know what's happened. Ball coming down that left-hand side. Into the middle, chested. Legend Killer says, come on, Portugal. The world will miss Ronaldo when he retires. Long Beach Hippie said, hopefully FIFA doesn't mute any crowd chants like WWE did recently. Wes says, I am heartbroken for you, Trini. Yeah, I've missed what's happened. Evo said, let's go USA. The house flooded. How? How did that happen? Is it a bursted pipe? Is there a local flood? What is it that's happened, Trini? Ball being launched forwards. Is it? Have you got insurance? Are you covered in the insurance? Pepe. I mean, I know that that's going to be little consolation because you're going to have to claim it all back and everything. And Trini Island is underwater. Is it? The whole island has gone underwater. There's a big flood, is there? I haven't heard any of this. Here's Portugal dinking it up, headed clear. We've been bombarded with rain the last 2 weeks and the whole country is flooded. That's awful, Trini. That is awful. Is there anything the community can do to help? There is flood insurance. Well, that's something. At least that's something. And you're safe and your family's safe. Got to take the positives, didn't you? Got to take the positives. Man City, Chelsea again. Let's go USA, said Evo. Right, goal kick there by Uruguay. Ball being played forwards. Headed clear by Portugal. Ball up in the air. Bouncing around Portugal, knocking it into the middle of the park. Portugal looking to counter. They are countering. They're countering with Cristiano. It's played to the back post, but there's no one there. Goes over everyone's head. Bruno Fernandes gets it. Falls to a Portuguese player. Nice little footwork. Bounces off the Uruguayan defender. Again, Portugal just having a little look. They've been the better team. Edge of the area for Felix. Uruguay have got plenty of shirts back. It's just an absolute sea of white shirts. Ball coming back into the penalty area. That's an ouch for Oxford. We are getting help from Red Cross and Salvation Army. Honestly, the best help is prayers for the rain to stop, says Trini. Wow, Trini, I mean, look, you definitely in my thoughts and my prayers, and you'll be in everyone else's as well. You can absolutely guarantee on that. So, it's awful. It's awful news. I haven't even heard about any of this. I didn't even know there were bad floods that were happening. Trini says, I appreciate you all. Sakeem said, sorry to hear that, Trini. Ball going down that left-hand side, being played into the middle. Portugal passing the ball around. Yeah, that's awful. I'm so sorry about that, Trini. I really am. 25 minutes gone in this one. The ball is being played over to the right-hand side. Chested down by Cancelo. He plays it back. Still, we're not seeing any shots on target in this game. So, still no shots on target. 5 shots for Portugal. Nothing on target. 2 for Uruguay. Oh, ball in the middle. Just got caught underneath the feet of Bruno Fernandes by the looks of it. Expected goals just starting to sneak up a little. James offering his thoughts to Trini. Shakeem as well. Man United have got Everton in the FA Cup. Oh, that's not great, is it? Could have been worse, I suppose, but could have been a lot better. That's got to be one of the juicier games. Ball being headed forward. So Man United have got Everton. FA Cup third round draw live. Crystal Palace, Southampton. Hull, Fulham. Hartlepool, Stoke. Is there any Oxford, Arsenal? Dagenham and Redbridge or Gillingham versus Leicester. I like these. Liverpool, Wolves. Oh, it's not easy, is it? Aston Villa, Stevenage. Brenton, West Ham. Man City, Chelsea. Oh, my God. What's going on? Why are all the Premier League teams drawing each other? Man City versus Chelsea. Yeah, you do like... Villa Stevenage is good. Oxford, Arsenal. Leicester against Dagenham and Redbridge. You always like to see these big upsets, don't you? Forest Green against Birmingham. Okay. It's not many juicy fixtures there. I'm actually more surprised about how all the big sides have drawn each other, to be honest. Oxford, Arsenal in the FA Cup, said Bacon plays. Trini said the worst part is that I missed Survivor Series, so I didn't get to see Sammy turn on Kevin. This is me looking for silver linings. Well, I mean, look, to be honest, if you was going to miss a show, I think Survivor Series wasn't all that. I really don't. I think the biggest talking point probably was the Sammy moment. I think bigger than him low blowing Kevin was Jey Uso giving him a hug. Like, I feel like those were big talking points, but I don't know, compared to SummerSlam, if you think Survivor Series is one of the big shows, I mean, first of all, it was in an arena, wasn't in a stadium. SummerSlam had Bayley coming back, the shock of EO, the shock of Dakota, them all coming in as well. Had Brock with a tractor tipping over the ring. Like, I think SummerSlam, WrestleMania, Royal Rumble, they were well clear of Survivor Series. So if you was going to miss a show, honestly, I'll give you silver linings. It was a missable show, I thought. And there was quite mixed results to it as well, mixed feelings about it. Some people really enjoyed it. Some people thought that it was so-so. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But as I said, you know, it's awful news, and at least people are well. That's the most important thing. Ball coming over to the right-hand side. Here is Cancelo. Portugal still trying, but we still haven't had any shots on target by either side. Ball to the back post, headed in towards the hands of the keeper by Bruno. Long ball. Could he have done any better there? Ball was whipped in. It was an awkward angle. I don't think he could have done much. He did well to at least even get it towards the keeper. Looks like he was offside as well. Uruguay have got the ball. They're passing it around. It's only 15 minutes or so to go in this half. They've managed to keep things quite tight. Portugal have been the better team. Do wonder if Uruguay are just going to wake up at some point. Bentancur. Jimenez. Now he's trying, he tried the right-hand side. Now he's trying down the left. Nice forward ball. What trophies have Man United won in the last 5 years? Haven't won any. It's been a bad spell. In fact, it was 5 years ago they won the Europa League 2017. But I'm feeling good under Ten Hag, you know. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like they're definitely growing and building, and I'm quite up for those like Ten Hag's United against Javi's Barcelona. I'm really up for those games. Sometimes you would go into them going, I don't fancy this. Certainly, if Ralph Rangnick was still in charge, I'd be feeling that way. But under Ten Hag, I'm quite excited for them. If United look good in those games, get a result, get through, that's a nice statement, that is. Shows that we're on the right path. Ball getting played back. I believe Portugal will win, says Sonny. Last time United won a major trophy was 2013. I disagree. I feel like the UEFA Cup's a major trophy. I know it's not the Champions League, but it's still a big European competition. I watched in 2017. I'm watching again. I'm a City fan, says Hussein. Shout out to you. You've enjoyed a nice spell of success, which, to be honest, I'm not sure I see any. I don't see it ending anytime soon for you. So, you're having a great time at the moment with Pep. Ball up in the air. Will you explain to me what the fantasy football is? Yeah, that's where people pick their players. So you pick 15 players. you choose what 11 you want to actually play out of those 15. And then when they play on TV, if they score, you get points if you've got them. If you keep a clean sheet, if your goalkeeper doesn't concede, you get points. If you get an assist, like if you, like, you know, your player passes the ball and then the next player scores, that's an assist and you'd get points. If you get a yellow card, you'd lose points. Oh, lovely ball. Oh, takes a shot and it's Uruguay with a big opportunity. Was that Bentancur? Trying to weave his way through the Portuguese defence. He just found himself one-on-one with the keeper. He's shouting at himself out of sheer frustration. Look at this. He picks up the ball. He drives forwards, weaving through, gets through 3 defenders. Man, if he'd have finished that, that would have been a sick goal. That would have been a sick goal. Oh, God, it's so close as well. It just clips the undercarriage of Diogo Costa. If he'd have just kept it low, it's just got a little lift on it, and it hits the undercarriage. Oh, I'll tell you, that's going to sting. That's going to sting. Costa's probably going to be singing in a slightly higher register later in the shower. Diogo Costa. Fantastic work by him to keep Portugal in this game. That was a big opportunity. Oh, that is amazing. That's amazing. Ali McCoy said he should have kept going. His momentum should have took him around the keeper. But even if he'd have just kept it low and not put that little lift on it. Oh, God. Here come Portugal. Here come Portugal. There's no one in the centre. They were all too far back. Uruguay have got tons of white shirts back. I've really liked this game. It's not been a dull 0-0. It has had moments. Free kicks, corners. That opportunity just... Oh... I want England to win. All the young talent like Foden, Bellingham, Saka, Mount, Rice. It is crazy, says Hussein. I appreciate that, buds. I appreciate the support. And we also would love England to do it. It does feel like an exciting generation. But what's good is it's a young generation. Harry Kane's a bit of a concern, maybe. Don't know that we've got another Harry Kane coming through. So we definitely might miss Harry Kane if he is going to, you know, he's got another World Cup in him, but, I mean, he's what, 29 next World Cup? He'll be 33, 34. I mean, it's not ideal. But, yeah, I agree. I would love to see England do it, and I think they've got some great young talent. This game needs a goal, said Dave. Ball being played forward then goes to Uruguay. Here they come. Over on the left-hand side, played in the middle. Reaching for it, just squirms past everyone. So squirms past everyone, unfortunately. Going to be a goal kick. We kind of have another hurricane in Callum Wilson. He's doing great, says Hussein. Do you know what? I don't know how old Callum Wilson is, actually. We do have Tammy Abraham. I mean, there are strikers, but... Callum Wilson is 30. He's 30, so next World Cup he'll be 34. So the concern isn't so much the next World Cup, although, you know, Kane at 33, Callum Wilson at 34, you're definitely going to want a younger option up front. Maybe it will be Tammy. Maybe Tammy will kick on Tammy Abraham. Ivan Toney as well is someone that people have got high hopes for. Is Ivan Toney world class, though? Ivan Toney's 26, so even he'll be 30 at the next World Cup. It's a bit better, though. It's a bit better. Ball in the middle. Fernandez takes a shot, but it's well blocked by Uruguay. So Fernandez takes a shot. Ball being played in. Ooh, comes to Ronaldo. It's bouncing around, cleared. Drama. Smile on the face of Ronaldo. Smile on the face of Ronaldo. Days, there's been rumours going around. Apparently, Wales-England is going to be Gareth Bale's last match. Don't know if that's true. Well, I think it will be if they go out. So if they crash out, then yeah, it will be his last match. I mean, Bale is a great player. I don't know where he'll be in a couple of years. I mean, he could, if he could play a couple of years in MLS. He could play a couple of years in MLS and get into the Welsh team. I'm sure they would still have him in a couple of years if they qualify for the Euros. But I think he's been quite vocal about, you know, walking away after this World Cup. Good work this by Uruguay, trying to charge forwards. Free kick. It's not the kind of area that you're going to be shooting from. But definitely an area that can cause some trouble. Ball's going to be played in. Two-man wall. Uruguay. So we've got 7 minutes to go until half-time. Two-man wall for Portugal. Let's see what he can do. Plenty of players in there. This could be tasty. Referee just having a word, though. He's not happy about something. There's plenty of Portuguese defenders back there. Fernandez having a word with the ref. The ref having a word with Fernandez. Cavani is in there. Cavani making the run. Ball's whipped in. Headed clear by Portugal. Ball bouncing, though. It's going to come to a Uruguay player. Knocking it into the centre. Cleared, but there's no Portuguese players up front. They're trying to put some pressure on the ball. Goes all the way back to the Uruguay keeper. Goes all the way back to the Uruguay keeper. He launches it forwards into the middle of the park, and that opportunity is gone for Uruguay. But we have seen them just grow into this game a little bit now. Definitely seen them grow into this game. Is Bale not playing on a European team? No, he used to play for Real. Well, he didn't. He sat on their bench for God knows how long. But yeah, he was part of Real Madrid's squads. Never played, and he ended up going to MLS. We have just got Mendes down at the moment. So Mendes is down. Is there a wrestling fantasy game? I don't believe so. I think there was one, but I think it shut down. It wasn't like, I think it was run by like an individual. They're just saying about tomorrow. Obviously some big games tomorrow. I think Darwin will be decent in a season or two. The reason Haaland is so amazing is because he faced the Premier League defenders in the Champions League. Mendes just going over to the side of the pitch. Oh, he looks very emotional. Is that him done? He's very emotional. Yeah, he looks done. He's done. He's going straight down the tunnel. Number 19, Nuno Mendes is off. Guerrero is on. He was apparently in the team for the first game, so it's not too much of a downgrade for them. But yeah, a lot of emotion on the face there of Nuno Mendes as he goes off. I don't know if he's just emotional at going off or if that is the end of his World Cup. All going out. We're in the 42nd minute. Edward, hello. Hope you are well. If he does, I'm proud to be a fan of him. He's had a brilliant football career, says Kian. Throw in for Portugal. Down the line. In the middle of the park. Nice ball being played over to the right-hand side into the middle. Cleared by Portugal. We're deep into Portugal's half. High boot there on Bruno. Bruno wasn't happy with that. Foul on Bruno as well. You might see this from Uruguay. They're just going to frustrate. Free kick to Portugal. Liverpool got Wolves in the FA Cup, says Edwards. Yeah, it was a bit of a weird FA Cup, wasn't it? Bit of a weird FA Cup. Bruno playing the ball back, all the way back to his keeper. Pressure being applied by Cavani. Neves, it's picked up. Goes out again. I would appreciate a boat and cleanup help, says Trini. If we was in that country, we would be there. Although I don't have a boat. I can send you an inflatable crocodile if that helps. Does that help? I've got an inflatable crocodile. I've got some of those that you put on your arms, if that's any good. We could get the whole community to just send you loads of inflatables. I'm sure there'd be like a fun banana. You could have one of those. Wow, days, yes. Sonny said Trini's Island decided to become Atlantis. Water wings, yep. Water wings. I think there might even be a chair, you know. There might even be an inflatable chair that we've got somewhere. I know I've got the crocodile. We became Atlantis without Aquaman. Jason Momoa, where are you? Inflatable banana, please, said Trini. Inflatable banana. Inflatable banana. I've got an inflatable DONG lol, says Edwards. Yeah, because you ain't got a real one. Ball being played in the centre. Just went out. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner. Here's Fernandez. Whips the ball in. That looked good. That looked good, you know. That looked good. Headed clear. Goes to the right-hand sides. Nice work. Good tackle. Oh, cleared. Manages to get it away. Goes into the Portugal half. 3 added minutes is where we are. 3 added minutes. An inflatable wrestling days. Oh, you guys always ask for merch. That's what I need to do. I need to start selling inflatable wrestling daisies. That would be the greatest merch that any YouTuber has ever sold. That would be the best. Just having a few jeers and cheers. 0-0. I don't know why when we don't watch games, they're absolute goal fests, and then when we do tune in, they just absolutely die a death. What's that about? What is that about? How do we have 11 goals in the 2 games earlier today, and then the 2 games we watch, 1 goal so far? 1 goal. 3 minutes left, said Legend Killer. Duran said Portugal are going to win. Thruk said we're 4 hours, 15 minutes away from Raw. Sonny said we're going to need directions to the island, and then we'll come with our boats and inflatable things. Just imagine that sight. Imagine the whole community just coming, floating along as one on inflatable burgers, inflatable apples, oranges, pears, plums, clowns, Draculas, alligators, snakes. What a sight. What an amazing sight. It would be just like Dunkirk, where like the British were rescued by all the little boats. It would be just like that, and just as emotional. Here's Jal Felix. Inflatable days with a free mini inflatable banana. That would be nice. You're giving me some pretty tasty merchandise ideas, let me tell you. So the ball was played in. It's a shame that Ronaldo wasn't just those few steps further forward, because could have created something there. But nothing comes of it. Nothing comes of it, and that is the end of the half. There we go. What do you think? Put your thoughts in. What do you think of that half of football? Was you impressed? Was you not impressed? What did you make of it? It's ended 0-0 at halftime. Wes said, I just spat my drink out. Well, don't make it worse. We don't need more liquid out there. Have you got any merch? No, but there is big hopes that in 2023 you will be seeing an inflatable wrestling days. There's big hopes of that. Thank God this was over. I was bored, said Fruka. Honestly, the Brazil game was way worse. I'm from Jamaica, Portugal, Argentina are my sides, says Duran. Duran, welcome. Shout out to you. I don't know if it's because I've watched all the games that I've missed this morning, but this one is boring, says Trini. Again, this is a treat following the Brazil-Switzerland game. This might be the best game of football I've ever seen compared to that last game. What did you think of the first half? I thought that both teams created some interesting chances. I thought that Uruguay chance in particular for Bentancur was absolutely... Oh, man, it was right there for him. He could have either gone round the keeper or just kept it on the ground. But he just had a little bit of a lift to it, and it just hit Costa in the undercarriage. And it meant that he made the save. Very, very tense, though. Very, very tense. Very exciting. But that moment was exciting. And as we said, we've seen plenty of action around the goal areas. We haven't seen anything in the way of, like, really good, clean chances, apart from that one. But we've had some free kicks, like Ronaldo standing over the ball. High hopes for that. Uruguay whipping the ball in from a free kick. There was high hopes for that. There's been a few corners as well. We've had 5 corners. I mean, honestly, the first half of Brazil-Switzerland, it was all sort of being played around in the midfields, kind of getting towards the final thirds, but we were never quite getting there. I feel like at least there's been a little bit more kind of action around the final thirds, but 0-0, and I don't know, who would be the happier? Maybe Uruguay. I mean, according to expected goals, Uruguay are 0.62 on expected goals, and Portugal are 0.23. So it is sort of, even though possession is with Portugal, and even though Portugal looked like the better side, I don't know who should be winning this, or maybe 0-0 is fair. It is setting up a very interesting second half, though. I think we can, if nothing else, we can agree at that. It is setting up a very interesting second half. The Brazil one was boring, said Thruka. Jerome said, thanks and you're welcome. Redemption said, it's crazy how the 2 earlier games were much better than this last one. AEW fan said, this is called the Wrestling Days curse. Danhausen has cursed days with 2 boring games. Do you ever watch Scottish football? I don't go out my way to watch it, no. I will watch Scotland if they're playing in the World Cup or playing England, but I wouldn't just watch Scotland. Days here in the USA, well, at least LA, Hollywood, people walking their English bulldogs are getting their dogs stolen. Is this a problem where you are? No, don't think so. Not aware of English bulldogs being stolen. Thruka, see you later. Nosy said, this has been a good game so far. Roman Reigns was very heated after War Games with Kevin Owens about an unplanned spot from Shaw Rossap. Really? Really? That's interesting. Roman upset with Kevin Owens after an unplanned spot. People found what that spot might have been. How do you predict the games will go tomorrow? I'm going to be super boring, and I'm going to say 2 draws. I'm going to say 2 draws. I think that Iran are going to be difficult for USA to get a victory over. I think USA are going to be banged up for it, but as much as USA are going to be up for it, Iran are going to be up for it. So I could see it potentially just being that the 2 teams end up cancelling each other out. Again, you know, Wales are going to be banged up for tomorrow, but England are not through. Like, England need a result. And I think that hopefully they will have learned a bit from that USA game. I don't know if we start with the same team. Maybe we give some fresh legs a bit of a run out. I don't know what he's going to do, actually. I'm really interested. They asked him today if he was going to stick with the same team. And obviously, he turned around and said, oh, I'm not going to tell you that, am I? So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know quite what to expect. What I do know is that Wales are going to bring everything they've got. But I don't know that Bale is looking that great at this World Cup. I feel like he's potentially not on great form. I feel like he's maybe a little bit off form because he's not playing very much. But saying that, he never played much for Real Madrid, but he always turned up for Wales. And the thing is, if he's going to turn up, you know it'll be against England. So, yeah, I'm just going to stick with 2 draws. I think Netherlands go through, obviously, but then I don't know out of Senegal and Ecuador as to who will join them. That's going to be a very interesting game tomorrow. And as we said, from this moment on, literally from the Brazil game, I think we now do every game. I think we will be watching every game from now on. Southgate could be sacked tomorrow if England go out, said Dave. Yeah. I hope England stays in, says Sonny. Trini, I've got tricolour American bully, fawn, white and tan, says Wes. I love animals, all of them, but dogs and cats have got my whole heart, says Trini. Ledger Killer, shout out to you. Hopefully USA will win and move on till the knockout rounds. Well, they know what they need to do. They've got quality and they've definitely got potential, like, in order to do it. But it's not going to be easy. Not against Iran. It's not going to be easy. Big games, though. As we said, we really do go to another level. We really do go to another level tomorrow. Right. I don't know if anyone's got... It's not really going to make much difference, is it? I was going to just have a quick look. I mean, we will look afterwards at the league, but I don't think it's going to have changed much because we haven't had any goals yet. But here is the fantasy game. So Nelson still leading, 137 points. Breham in second. Coppish and Will.i.am are both on 127. You can see how close it all is. I mean, the thing is that if you, I mean, look at that. I mean, 114, 14, 15, and 16 are all on 113. 12 and 13 are on 114. 11 is on 116. Like, there's all just like 1 or 2 points in it. Like, if you can have a really, really good performance, you can really shoot up this table. So it's all kind of compact and all kind of tight. It's not easy to get into that top 10, but it's achievable if you have a good week. Don't forget to change your teams as well. We keep talking about it, but you need to be making your free transfers tonight. You need to make your free transfers tonight, ready for the final round of games tomorrow. But some adverts here in the US left the logo off the Iran flag for a show of support, their current issue with women. In response, Iran want USA to get punished. Drama, says Long Beach hippie. Dave said, I love horses. Best of all the animals. They're my friends. Jacob said Sean Rossap didn't say what spot it was, but Roman was concerned about having a ruptured eardrum. Went backstage with lots of expletives. Kyle Walker is going to start tomorrow, said Dave. Is that true? That would be good, actually, because Kyle Walker needs game time. I tell you who else needs game time. Maddison, if he can play. Like, need to get some minutes in those legs. So Kyle Walker playing would be good. Maddison playing would be good. There'd be some positives there for England. The advantage England have got is that even if they lose, they should still go through as long as it's not by 4 goals. So there is a little bit of breathing space there. There's a little bit of breathing space. But we don't want to take anything for granted. Definitely don't want to be like, conceding early and then, all of a sudden we're going to get under pressure. Has anything from the second round of games changed how you feel the World Cup will go? Not really, to be honest. I mean, I think all the big teams are pretty much turning up now. Have we had any shocks in the second round? I feel like any shocks would have been like Japan losing. Might have been a shock. England drawing, was that a shock? Don't know. Always thought it was going to be a close game. I never thought that England were going to win that 3-0 or anything. I mean, look, Germany drawing with Spain was a good result for them. Don't know that it was a shock. We knew that getting rid of Germany was going to be difficult. So Germany getting a result is good. Argentina responding as you would imagine they would. No. Brazil just had a very tough game against Switzerland, and actually, you know what? Credit for them because they managed to win it. So credit to Brazil. That's a hard game. Brazil might not get the credit they really deserve for getting 3 points in that game. Switzerland are a tricky team. So, no, I don't think there's anything that's sort of changed my mind. I think the favourites are all there or thereabouts. France are looking pretty good, in all fairness. France are looking all right. They're going to be a problem. But in all fairness, I mean, I think we've always had France being right up there. So I don't think that's a surprise. But, yeah, Argentina, Brazil, France, maybe England. These are the teams that you expect to get to the quarterfinals, and they're the teams we always expected to be getting to the quarterfinals. Imagine England getting knocked out tomorrow, said Ian. David said Portugal is capable of winning the World Cup with the quality of players they've got. Their manager should have a much more attacking style and start Leo to make it easier to win each game. He's a nice impact sub, though. I mean, what I would say is that he's still young. I mean, he is definitely one for the future. But, and I could understand people having calls for him to start. I don't know that that's the reason why you're not winning this game, though. But I'd have to come along and see. I have a trailer for it, bring you here. Right, big shout out to everyone that's joining us as we are about to go to the final half of today. About to go to the second half of this game, our final game of the day, of course. As we've said, tomorrow, big game start tomorrow. We will know tomorrow, not only who goes through, but who England are going to play if they go through, who USA or Wales will play if they go through. It's written for Ronaldo to score the winner, says LFC. I was thinking Brazil would win, but France have impressed me, especially Mbappe. I think it's between them, said Redemption. Right, I don't know if the teams are back out yet. Still just waiting to go back to this second half. Right, here they come. Pepe, Ronaldo making their way back out onto the pitch. Ronaldo, one of the first back out there. Here come Uruguay. I've said it before, I hate those shirts. Barney coming onto the pitch. There is Ronaldo. 8 goals in 18 World Cup matches. 8 goals in 8. You'd expect that record to be a bit better, actually. For Ronaldo, I think I would have expected that to have been a bit better. 8 goals in 18 matches at the World Cup. Already Mbappe is just, I don't know, I can't remember how many he's scored at a World Cup, but very impressive numbers coming out of Mbappe, certainly for his age. Not long to go until we move our clocks back an hour. Is anyone here still have that clock or two around the house with a clock ahead? I'm guilty, says Long Beach Hippie. Do you move your clocks, do you? I feel like we've already done ours. Or do we have to do them again soon? Yeah, Portugal made a sub. But no more changes by the looks of it. Looks like we're starting the second half with the same personnel we ended with the first. And this game is well underway. Right. Let's go, said Legend Killer. Yes. Let's see what they can do. Foul there on Ronaldo as he goes down, but he should be all right. Holding on to his ankle. As I said, I think Uruguay will be fairly happy with how that game, how that first half has gone. Cortez with the foul on Ronaldo, and it's being passed around. Goes back into Portugal's half. Ball being knocked forwards, going down the line. Portugal playing it back to their keeper. Going over to the left-hand side. Goes back to the keeper. Being closed down by Uruguay. Nice press in the middle of the park. Headed forwards. No one there to get on the end of that. It's a real scramble in the middle of the park at the moment. Fernandez trying to put pressure on. Gets the ball. Deemed to be a foul there, though, so that's going to be a Uruguay. There's lots of pushing and shoving, man. There's some real physicality in this game, but I think when you play Uruguay, you have to expect that. Ball is with Portugal in the Uruguay half. Come on, Portugal, said Legend Killer. Trini says, come on, Portugal, give us a better second half, please. Michael said, we already did move back. He said, we already did move them back. He is saying he has it. He has it before we put them ahead. I don't even know what that means. Here we go. Ball is going to get whipped in from a corner. All right, here we go. Neves plays it in, bouncing around. It's cleared by Uruguay. Uruguay coming away with the ball. It's really scrappy. Neither side has really settled into this second half. Foul. Couple of fouls, actually. Uruguay are really getting stuck in here. That's 2 Portuguese players that just went down. Yeah, there's got to be careful. I mean, honestly, you wouldn't be surprised if Uruguay went down to 10 men in this game. You wouldn't be surprised. Vecino just coming in late on Ruben Neves. Trini, shout out to you. Seeing lots of Portuguese substitutes warming up on the side of the pitch. Neves is still down, you know. Neves is still down. That was late, and he really went over on his ankle by the looks of it. There was another challenge on Felix also. It is true. They don't care. I wonder if the referee will just start getting even more. I wonder if he'll start getting even more like card happy after this. Because the Uruguay players have been really barging into the Portuguese. I mean, honestly, if you're going to be playing Uruguay, you sort of have to think that it's going to be a physical game. But obviously at a World Cup, you know, we could be seeing some people's World Cups end. Neves is being, they're trying to help him back up to his feet. Cancelo trying to help him back up. Again, we're seeing a replay of it. It's not much to look at there. Little bit of a disruption, and of course we will get added on time for all of this. Is back up. There's a hobble there, though. He's still holding onto his leg. He's going over to the side of the pitch. Bruno Fernandes coming over, just checking on him. Neves is going over. I think he's going to continue. They still has them ahead. We put them behind. Oh, so we did it. They didn't do it yet. Got you. Okay, ball going back to that Portuguese defence. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper playing it over to the left-hand side. Ruben Neves is back on the field. Oh, there's a streak. No. A supporter. Someone's run on. There are intruders on the pitch. We've got intruders on the pitch. Someone seemed to have like a multicolored flag of some kind. Yeah, the referee has picked it up. There's a rainbow flag. That'll be a big talking point. Someone with a rainbow flag came onto the pitch. He was being chased after by someone, but we have had a break in play. Drama. That'll go around the world. So someone from the crowd has run onto the pitch with a rainbow flag, being chased after, I believe, by a steward. Ball is up in the air, being headed forwards. Here comes Portugal, 3 against 2. Oh, drama! Penalty area, side netting. Side netting by Felix. João Phoenix. Yeah, Bruno Fernandes was open. Oh my God, he was so open. João Felix went for the shooting option. It's right into the side netting. It's not that far wide. AW fan said that person's going to be put in jail. Felix misses. Okay, ball is with the Portuguese defence. Comes over to the left-hand side. Down he goes. There's a challenge on there. So Portugal have got a free kick in their own half. Little bit of drama in this second half, which was much needed. So we needed someone to come running onto the pitch, and we needed... Well, we didn't need that, but it was nice because it gave us a talking point. And then we just had the Felix opportunity. Cancelo playing the ball into the middle. Intercepted. Here come Uruguay. Uruguay knocking the ball across. Good run going down that right-hand side, but doesn't go for that option. Ball played in the middle, and there's no one in there. Sifa said, enjoying the World Cup. Yeah, I'm ready for the final round of games. I'm definitely ready for the stakes to be raised. You know, first round of games is like an introduction. Second round of games is where some people can go home and some people can qualify. And, you know, we do take a little step up in regards to the drama. But the third round of games is where, I mean, that's it, isn't it? People do go home and people do go through. So that all starts tomorrow. And we get to watch England, Wales in action, of course, USA in action. Tomorrow's a big, big day. It's exciting. Bruno on the ball, playing it in the middle. Ronaldo! Oh, and it's straight in. I don't know if Ronaldo touched it. Fernandes playing it into Ronaldo. I don't know if he touched it or not. We need to have a look at the replay, but Portugal score. Portugal score. Goal for Portugal. Don't know if there is any offsides or anything. Ronaldo seems to be celebrating. It's been credited to Ronaldo. They're saying, I hope you're on. I hope you're on. I think he's going, I don't know. Let's have a little look here. He's on. He's on. He's on. He's on. He's on. He's absolutely on. I don't think he touches it, though. Does he touch it? I don't know. I don't know if he touched it. Let's have a little look. Bruno whips it in. I have no idea if he touches that ball. I don't think he does. I don't think he touches it. They're giving it to Ronaldo. I think there's question marks as to whether Ronaldo actually touches that ball. I think there's big question marks. It's either way. It's definitely a goal. If I'm Bruno, I'm happy. I've got an assist. Ronaldo's happy. If Ronaldo's happy, that's half the problem with this team sorted. But I am looking at that going, pretty sure I scored that goal. As long as you stick it close to the strings of the island, I'm in Fernandes goal. Rainbow flag man was good luck for Portugal, says Sonny. He barely touched it, says Guy L. Hermy. Guy L. Hermy. Gonna get there. Yes, Portugal, says Sonny. 1-0. Sui. Goal for Portugal. People celebrate him. Ronaldo down. Ronaldo down. But the players continuing. Uruguay whipping the ball in straight into the hands of the keeper. Let's have a little look here. Ronaldo goes to try and kick the ball, but the challenge is good. So, yeah, he's onside. He's well onside. Can you use that technology to tell me if he actually touches the ball, though? Here we go. Look, slowing down. He does not touch that ball. I'm not having it. There is zero change in flight of that ball. That ball does not change direction, does not change speed. Into the middle, Uruguay snatch at it. Yeah, oh, he should have done better there, Cavani. Should have done better. What I was saying is he didn't want to put the clock back, so he kept it ahead. Every American puts their clocks ahead in October. Okay. Dave says, Ronaldo, head of gods. His hair touched the ball, said Easy99. The hair. I don't even know that the hair touched the ball. Hair touch, says Jaden. Ronaldo will claim anything he can. Yeah, apparently he scored against Switzerland earlier as well. Here we go. Ball coming over to that right-hand side. Back into the middle. Comes over to the left-hand side. Portugal building. We've got just over half an hour to go. Grazed a single strain of hair. Pepe. Come in forwards. Played back. Trying to... The stadium announcer announced it as a Bruno Fernandes goal. Shot from distance by Uruguay. But they're just saying that FIFA have said it's Ronaldo. But the stadium announcer said it was Bruno. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be a brave man to take it away from Ronaldo now that he's been credited with it. But that explains as to why there was like all the talk between them when he was celebrating. Ball being played back by Uruguay. Uruguay need to respond here. Uruguay need to respond. They've got some wonderful players. They've got the ability to do it. They created a great chance in that first half as well. God told them to announce Bruno, even though it was Jesus, says AEW fan. Joran said Portugal going to go 3 and maybe Uruguay 1. Ball being played in the middle, being played back out to that right-hand side. Bursting forward. Oh, that's a rubbish delivery by Uruguay. That's a rubbish delivery. Are you streaming KSI, Dylan Dennis? I believe so, yes. I believe so. I'd have to see if it clashed with anything, but so far we are looking to do it. Shaquem, shout out to you. Okay, Cancelo throwing the ball in, bounces off a Uruguay player. I think he tried to keep it in play, the Uruguay player there, but he ended up booting it out even worse. Couple of changes here by Uruguay, and they need them. They need them. Here's Uruguay picking it up. Driving forwards. Ball bouncing around. Portugal wanted a handball. I think they're going to get a handball. So, free kick just outside the Portugal penalty area. Yeah, Darwin Nunes did handball it. Palestri is going to come on. So, a couple of changes. No Suarez. No Suarez. Godin is going off. Vecino is going off as well. Less than half an hour to go. Okay, here come Portugal. They're going down that left-hand side, playing the ball into the middle. 1-0 here at the moment. 1-0. Portugal in Uruguay's half. Playing the ball back. Goes back to the defence. Goes all the way back to the keeper. Middle of the park. Back to the keeper again. Launching the ball forward. That was interesting. That was interesting. Cannot get it cleared. It ends up going out. That was good. So the keeper launched the ball forward, but it bounced off the Uruguay player. Portugal end up kicking it out, but out for a throw. Uruguay now, out of nowhere, have got the ball in Portugal's half. They get driven back, though. Now they're going to go down that right-hand side. They absolutely can create something here, Portugal. Ball in the middle, dinked forwards. Looks like they might have given it away. It's headed up in the air. Headed forwards. Portuguese defence standing up to that. It's a bit tense, you know. Ball goes out of play. FIFA have come to their senses. They've given the goal to Bruno. Have FIFA changed their minds and given it to Bruno now? Let's have a look. I'll keep an eye on SofaScore, see what they're saying. Are they saying that that it's changed then? Yeah, they're saying that Bruno, Ronaldo, no joy. Nice. Here come Uruguay trying to counter down the line. No joy. They're saying that Bruno has scored it and the assist is Bruno. Yeah, good move, but doesn't result in anything. So, yeah, you can see on screen Bruno Fernandes scores and the assist was Bruno Fernandes. That's a hell of a goal. That's a hell of a goal. To assist yourself, I mean, we just don't see that. That is not something you see in world football. Ball being played back. Unconfirmed talk that the OC might challenge Bloodline tonight, says AEW fan. Ball being played forwards. Nunez plays it back. Into the penalty area. Dinks it into the middle. Headed it towards goal, but there was a Portuguese defender there. They're trying. Uruguay are trying. Come on, Portugal, says Legend Killer. Looks like there's a foul there on a Uruguayan player. 25 minutes left in this game. Not loads of time. Well, enough. Certainly enough, but... I mean, Uruguay are... I mean, both teams actually 0.7 on expected goals. So Portugal scoring makes sense, but Uruguay, according to expected goals, are expected to get a goal. It's going to be a goal kick, though. Yeah, that ball just running straight out. Oh, now they're questioning if there's a touch. It's been changed to Bruno, yeah. I have no idea. I don't know who they're going to credit with the assist now, though. I'll put it as no assist at the moment, but we'll keep an eye on that. They were just looking at the goal again. So Bruno gets the credit, but we don't know who the assist is at the moment. Ball being played in the middle. Here's Portugal. Portugal looking to counter. Ball in the middle of the park by Portugal. Nice little turn there by Bruno. Bruno driving forwards. No joy. Couldn't get it past that Uruguayan defence. The Uruguay keeper launching the ball. Comes over to the right-hand side. Goes out of play. We're still in Uruguay's half. Uruguay need to create a really good opportunity. Sure, they'll get one before the end of the game. They're going to need probably more than one, in all fairness. What does a loss do here for Uruguay? How does this actually make the group look? Uruguay would not be eliminated. I think I'm right in saying Portugal would be through. Still wouldn't guarantee that they would finish top of this group, but they would be through. One convenient member can access across ocean. This is beautiful, says William. Guerrero is the assist, says James. Okay. Thank you, James. They're just talking at the moment about, like, there's a sensor in the ball which helps them know about offsides, and they were saying that could be used maybe to dictate if there was contacts made. Don't think it really matters, does it? Who cares? The bigger thing is it's 1-0. What if Bloodline OC feud and Cody returns? I think it'd be too soon. Right. Ronaldo has himself in the fantasy game, says Watson. Yeah, well, I'm sure he does. I would not doubt that for a second. I'd imagine he's selected himself 11 times. We are just seeing Suarez warming up. Ball being played forward, knocked over to that right-hand side, back into the middle. Here comes Uruguay. Ooh, it's bouncing around, but Portugal are going to get it clear. Here's Bruno. Bruno playing the ball in the middle. Now Ronaldo over to the left-hand side. That was nice. Oh, it's just dead ends for him at the moment. Can they look to whip it in? Ronaldo is in there waiting. Second goal now would be a real hammer blow for Uruguay. Be a massive boost. Oh, he's lost the ball. Lost the ball. That was not great at all. Here come Uruguay surging forwards. Some nice play there. Oh, goes down. Is that? No, referee says play on. Referee says play on. Now we're seeing Portugal counter. Here's Ronaldo. Few little step overs. He goes down. Referee says no. Ronaldo wanted something for that, but no. We're just seeing end-to-end stuff now. As we get into the final 20 minutes. Ball coming over to that right-hand side. Played forward. Here's Uruguay. Pulled back. No one in the centre. No one in the centre. Cavani trying to battle for it. Big Pepe. Regal is under a 3-year deal, says AEW fan. Oh, that counters reports. It was reported that he was on a 1-year deal, wasn't it? I'll get on the chicken before Raw, says Trini. Was feeling KFC anyway. KFC will pick you up, mate. KFC will pick you up. And if it's all getting too much, you can use the bucket to hide. Fightful are reporting Roman was visibly upset after War Games as he took issue with an unplanned spot with Kevin Owens. He says in the backstage he has ruptured eardrum. He's got a ruptured eardrum, has he? How would he know that? How would he know that he's got a ruptured eardrum backstage? Unless they, like, checked in the medical thing. Ball going down the line, bounces off and bounces out. Dave said, I want a Happy Meal. Right, Suarez is coming on. Suarez is coming on. So we are seeing Nunes off. Nunes off. Cavani off. That's it, Cavani. Your number's been called, mate. Suarez and Gomez. Yeah, Cavani's looking at the board. He's waiting. And there it is. It is Cavani's number. There we go, Suarez coming on. Big roar for Suarez. Roman injured and he could need ear surgery. Damn. Meltzer should make his mind because he said it was a 1-year contract. What are your thoughts on the game? First half was a bit, well, it wasn't dull. It was maybe a bit dull, but it was better than Brazil versus Switzerland. This half, I think, has been a little spicier, and we're in for a big 17 minutes here. We're in for a big, big 17 minutes. Ball being played forward, down the line. Don't forget, we will be back with... ball bouncing around. We will be back with big, big games tomorrow. Massive games. Going to start to figure out some of these groups. Goes out of play there. It's going to be a throw-in. So Uruguay with a throw-in. We've got about 16 minutes to go. Ball being played forward. Goes out to the right-hand side. Palestri, that's great work by Palestri. Palestri just picked up the ball, just drove forwards. Lovely shot. Oh, is that off the bar? I don't know if that's off the post or if it was a save. Oh, Palestri creates that as well, you know. Palestri doing some great work. Very direct, weaving his way through some players. I don't know what that was. I don't know if it was the post. I don't know if it was a save. It was really quick. It was a snapshot. The ball just bounced back. And that was cool, though. That's a good opportunity for Uruguay. We'll see the replay of it in a sec. Bernardo Silva trying to get the ball in. Bounces off the Uruguay player. I'm sure the replay's coming. Here we go. In the middle. Bang. Bang. It's the post. Post. He's beaten the keeper. Beaten the keeper. Oh. So unlucky. Would have been a beautiful finish. Yeah, that would have been beautiful. Duran, shout out to you. Bacon Plays said, if Uruguay is trying to equalise, I don't think brinking Cavani off is smart. Days, hopefully Suarez isn't hungry. Did he ever do a Snickers advert? He definitely should have. Ball being played forward, being chased after. It's not the best waiting on that ball, and it ends up going straight out of play. It's going to be a throw-in for Portugal. Throw-in for Portugal. Ball going down the line, headed forwards. Bouncing around. Boof, boof, boof. Ball in the middle. Yeah, we've got a Uruguayan player down. Is that a yellow for Felix? I think it's a yellow for Felix. It's going to be a free kick in a very interesting position. You wouldn't really shoot from here. But I feel like we just saw Bruno score from this type of position. Got the ball, and Felix ended up standing on the foot. Picks up a yellow for that. Yeah, this is sort of like where Bruno just scored from. But he's not going to shoot from there. He's going to float it in. Interesting. Interesting for Uruguay. Outside the penalty area. Quite far over to the left of goal. We've got lots of Portuguese and Uruguayan players standing around the penalty spot. Coach Co, shout out to you. Here we go. Ball whipped in. It's a... Oh my God. It was just in there and you really couldn't find it. You didn't know where it was going to go. But it ended up being kicked wide. Oh my God. Real drama. Ball is played in. Everyone's on sides. It gets caught in his feet. I mean, in all fairness, he needed to wrap his foot around it. I think the keeper was there. Oh my God. If that had been on target, I think it was in, you know. That is a big, big chance. That is a big chance. And it falls to Suarez. Yeah, Uruguay are looking the better side here. Yeah, nice. Here we go. Uruguay bursting forward. 4-on-4. Through ball. Uruguay. Oh, and it's saved. Got to do better with that. To do better. Got to do better. That's a golden opportunity, Uruguay. It's a great run. He's onside. Oh, what even is that shot? What even is that shot? I think he tries to dink it over the keeper, but again. Come on, Portugal, said Legend Killer. How would a Steele fare in soccer? He'd be great friends with Suarez. Dave said, lots of drama. It's good, isn't it? It's good. We've seen 2 shots on target now for both teams. Still 1-0, though, as we're getting closer to the final 10 minutes in this one. Ball coming over to that right-hand side. It gets played back in the middle. Down the line. Ooh, goes out. Lots of drama. Brian said if the score holds up and if they win their 3rd game and Uruguay win their 3rd game, both would go through. Well, Uruguay are still looking. They're still trying. They're still battling. Portugal trying to get out of... Trying to get out from the backs down the line. Portugal have got they've been really driven back. Uruguay are definitely putting more players forward. 10 minutes. 10. So apparently Portugal have never beaten a South America team at the World Cup. This would be the first time they would have done it since 1966. Here we go. Uruguay, ball in the middle. Oh! It's well defended. Suarez was really trying to get on the end of that. It's well defended. It's a lovely delivery, that is, you know. That is a lovely delivery. Right, corner. Corner. Ball being whipped in. Doesn't beat the first man. Bit poor. Time ticking down. You get the feeling there'll be another opportunity here, but there are a raft of changes being made by Portugal. So 3 substitutions for Portugal. We're seeing Ronaldo coming off. Carvalho coming off. Felix coming off. So Ronaldo is going to be exiting the field. Does he even know? He does know. He gives the armband to Pepe. Paulinho, Nunes, Ramos. If Portugal win this game, they go through, says Brian. Sounds like they've had chances. They have, yeah. Oh, here they come again, Uruguay. So just a break in play there for those substitutions. Ball played in the middle, cleared by Portugal. Here come Portugal trying to come forwards. Again, they're going into the Uruguay half. Uruguay putting pressure on. They're closing down well. Ball goes back to the Portugal defence in their own half. In the middle, no one marking. The Portuguese players trying to come forwards. Shot from distance and dragged wide. That was wasteful. So, Leo, I think you pronounce his name. He is on. But that was wasteful. Right, Uruguay coming forward, 83rd minute. They do not have time really on their side now. Time is ticking away. We're probably looking at 10 minutes with added on time. Ball being played forward, but Portugal are there, shutting them down. It touched his hair. The wetness came off. The wetness. Ball over to the right-hand side. So playing the ball in the middle. We're just in Uruguay's half. We've got 5 Uruguay players back. Tackle there, though. Portugal are looking. Playing it back to Silva. Comes to Cancelo. Ronaldo off the field. Silva trying to knock it through, but nicely intercepted by Uruguay. Uruguay aren't going to want to be doing this, faffing around. They're going to look to try and counter. That ball doesn't reach its intended target, and now Portugal can come forwards. This has got to be frustrating for Uruguay. They need a goal. They need to get down the other end, but Portugal are just passing it around. Nice turn. Good tackle. Uruguay get the ball, but again, just gets given away straight away. Trying to win it back. Looks like they have got it back. Looks like he's won a free kick. Free kick taken. Now Uruguay can look to build something. There's another Uruguayan change coming. All coming across. I'm going to be at Raw tonight, said Rivy. Rivy, have a great time. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to it. Ball down the line. Bit of pressure there. We're seeing some real battling performances here by Portugal. Yep, straight swap. Uruguay make a change. Ball being switched over to the right-hand side. Headed forwards. So Oliveira goes off. Foul. That's a foul in the Portuguese half. Palestri's been good. I think Palestri's been good. Okay, ball in the middle. Look at all those shirts back. Shot from distance and goes well over. That was wasteful by Uruguay. That was wasteful. Rivy said, tonight's Raw is in Virginia. It's where DX brought the tank to a WCW show. It's that same arena. Seeing some glum Uruguayan faces in the crowd. There are some smiles on the faces of the Portuguese fans. Ball being launched by the Portuguese keeper high in the air. Looks like there's a foul on the Uruguayan player. Got a few minutes left of full time. Ball being played over to the right. Chested down. Gets played back. Portugal, this is going to be a big win for them. This will surely ensure that they are going to be favourites to top this group. And if they top this group, they will avoid Brazil. And that is so important. Ball is, again, ballooned up in the air. Headed forwards. Bounce in. Goes out. There should be a throw in. Time ticking. Time ticking. 88th minute is where we are on this one. 88th minute. Ball being played across. Uruguay have got it in their defence, playing it forward centrally. Knocking it back to their right back position. Now it's coming across their defence. They're still in their own half. Obviously, all the Portuguese players are back. That's nicely down the left-hand side. Trying to whip the ball in, but it bounces off Cancelo. Uruguay trying to keep a hold of possession, but it gets away from them. Ball in the centre. Now we're seeing a break. That looks like, is it Bruno? Ball coming over. It's kept in play. Silva. edge of the Uruguayan area. Still with Portugal. What's happening? Well, I don't know what's happening. I don't know why Uruguay didn't just boot that away then. Oh, he was claiming for a handball. It did look very nonchalant there by the Uruguayan defence. Apparently they were claiming for a handball. It wasn't given, though, and it goes out for a Portugal corner. Look at that nutmeg there by Bruno. Would you stream Canelo versus Messi? Sure, Dortnight. Let's go for it. Breaking news, both the president and vice president have resigned from Juventus. Drama in Turin. Rivi, shout out to you. LDTV said, tell all the listeners that Jose, can you see that Martinez? He don't know poo. Done. Right, Bernardo standing over the ball. Referee is going to have a look at this handball. They are going to check. There's a potential handball. There is a potential penalty, and this would finish it. Oh, how sick. How sick is Ronaldo that he's not on the pitch? So Bruno put the ball in between the legs of the defender. Referee has gone over to have a look at the screen. What's he going to decide? It does hit his hand. He's looked. And it looks like a penalty. Looks like a penalty to Portugal. And this is going to be, if they score this, it'll be over. I don't know how I feel about that. What, do you think that's a penalty? Do you think that's a penalty? I mean, like, he slides in, and as he's sliding in, the ball goes in between his legs and it hits his hand. Like, it does hit his hand. But I feel like that's harsh. Richard said that I wouldn't say that was a penalty. No, Penaldo, no. I bet Penaldo's going to be feeling sick on the bench. Apparently they're scuffing up the penalty spot, you know. There's been some scuffing of the penalty spot. Cancelo's trying to put it back down. So there's an ex-Premier League referee that's just come on ITV and said he thinks that's harsh. Wow, and Uruguay thought they were winning the World Cup. Uruguay were coming to win this thing. Easy99 said it's penalty. It hit the hand no matter what. No one challenged the player. He slipped. Trini says, I don't agree with it. Redemption said, no, I don't, but at least it's probably annoyed Ronaldo. Suka said it's a weak call. Ryan said it's a terrible decision. Peter Walton is giving his view, said Dortnight. 9 added minutes. But the real story here is that Bruno Fernandes has got the opportunity to step up and take this. Ronaldo looks different, doesn't he? Here we go. Bruno takes the penalty and scores. Bruno scores. Bruno scores. It didn't feel like it was a great penalty, to be honest, but he does score it. I think that's that might be another one that Fernandes scores and Fernandes assists, because he is the one that won the penalty and now he is the one that scored the penalty. Very controversial, says Martin. 2-0 to Portugal. And that's this game done, innit? That is this game done. I must admit, I didn't see Portugal getting the 3 points from this. Those Uruguay fans are going to be absolutely gutted. When you've got players like Bentancur, Valverde, Darwin Núñez. You really don't expect to be losing. I mean, there's no shame in losing to Portugal, of course. What does that do for the table? Let's have a look. So, at the moment, Portugal are going to be top with 6 points and +3 goal difference. Ghana are second on 3. South Korea are, third on 1. Uruguay are bottom on 1. I'm trying to think if there's a way that Portugal don't go through. I think they'd be through. I think this would put Portugal through. Yeah, I mean, there's only one team that can catch them, and that would be Ghana. So I think this means that Portugal would be through. Right, we've still got about 5 minutes. Stick a fork in this game. It's done, said Jilly. So penalty scored. Heartbreak for Uruguay. Stick a fork in it. It is done. The Uruguay fan gave the middle finger, said Easy 99. It's a very interesting call. It's a very interesting call. Portugal would be up by 5 points over third, so they're through, says Brian. Got to feel bad for Uruguay, but you need to take your chances. Well, Uruguay aren't out. They're not out, but they absolutely have to win their last game. And I think they might even need Portugal to win their game as well. What's the first game tomorrow? So tomorrow we've got a big day. The games tomorrow are so tasty. So Ecuador, Senegal, and Netherlands, Qatar, they are on at the same time. They're going to be at 3 o'clock. So those games are on at 3 o'clock kickoff. And then Iran and Wales, Iran and USA, Wales, England, they start at 7. Does that mean we start earlier tomorrow? I feel like we do, don't we? Normally we've been starting at 3 and the games have been at 4. Now, for some reason, the games are at 3. So that means we start just that little bit earlier tomorrow. And I think there's now a bit more of a gap between the games. But that's all right. We'll just start really early for the England-Wales, Iran-USA stuff. But yeah, it looks like we'll be starting at 2 o'clock tomorrow rather than 3 o'clock UK time. So Ecuador, Senegal, Netherlands, Qatar, they all kick off at 3 UK time, which is 10 a.m. Eastern time. And then we've got Iran, USA, Wales, England kicking off at 7. That is 2 Eastern time. Right, we're in the 97th minute. There's not long to go with this. All the board resigned because of record loss of over 250 euros. 250 milking euros. Right, Portugal looking for a third back post, and it's saved. That was a great opportunity, you know. That was a great opportunity. Ball coming to the back post, and that was his opportunity for the hat-trick. Bruno was there. He would have loved that hat-trick. The evening game stays the same, said Redemption. Portugal are playing some beautiful football. Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a close game, to be honest. I think Uruguayan heads have dropped now. Oh, well, look at Bruno. He's so angry at the fact that was given as a goal kick. He is so desperate to get another goal. Portugal winning the ball. Bruno wants it. He's free. He's got it. Takes a shot. Oh, off the post. Oh, Bruno. He really wants his hat trick. He really wants it. He does keep it down well. It's a lovely shot and it's off the post. Oh, that was your opportunity, Bruno. Got it. Million. Oh, I wondered what milking was. I forgot about the simultaneous kickoffs. Drama. Don't know what that was. Thought that was going to be the full-time whistle, but it is going to be just a quick free kick, but this will be done. Right. Let's refresh the fantasy game because we always like to have a little look at that, but I don't think things are going to have changed too much. This game's still going, you know. Bruno on fire. Yeah, he really wanted that hat-trick, didn't he? He really wanted that hat-trick. Ball is over on that left-hand side. Portugal are bursting forward again. There might be one opportunity for him, but I think it's pretty much done here. I mean, obviously, there's a little bit more added on time because of the penalty, but certainly not enough time for Uruguay to get 2 goals. I don't even know if they're going to get a shot. Bruno on fire. What time is the England game? 7 British time. And I think that's it. There we go. The full-time whistle has gone. And it is Portugal through. Portugal are going to get a tricky team, though, in the next round. I mean, it'll be like a Serbia or a Switzerland. It's a team that they should be able to get past. But it's still going to be a tricky little side. Uruguay need to beat a fired-up Ghana if they are going to make it through. Right, let's have a look at the fantasy game. Don't forget, I know I keep banging on about this, but if you are playing the Fantasy World Cup game, make sure that you make your changes tonight. The next round of games start tomorrow. So just having a little look at the fantasy game. I have tried to refresh this. Obviously, it doesn't look like there's many people that had Fernandez. That would have been a difference maker for you. Nelson Silva still in first place. Breham in second. We've still got will.i.am, Kopish in joint thirds. I'm still 33rd. Bruno definitely would have picked you up a fair few points. So that's how our top 10 is looking. Lee in 10th position still. So Lee in 10th position. Portugal are through now, so there's going to be some big question marks about whether Ronaldo plays in that last group game. I think he would want to, because he would want to continue to get goals. You know, he knows that this is likely to be his last World Cup, so I'm sure he'll want it, but I don't know if they'll try and save him, try and save his legs for the knockout games. So you just got to be careful of teams that are already through, that have already qualified. But yeah, big games tomorrow. Cannot wait. Portugal play South Korea next, said Jamie. Manny said it's just been announced that the first hour of Raw is going to be commercial free and Becky kicks off the show. Hopefully it's going to be a tasty show tonight. Hopefully it's going to be a really tasty show. I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, we're done with Survivor Series. We need some new stories. We need some new directions for some of these characters. Don't want to be seeing Damage Control and Bianca anymore. Obviously, we've got a new United States champion. What does that mean for Seth Rollins? Yes, we've got Becky back as well. What's going to happen with Alexa? Like, so much to talk about. So many interesting things. So I'm going to shoot off and have something to eat and obviously set up the stream for Raw. Really appreciate people joining us for these 2 streams today. Didn't quite live up to my expectations, to be honest, but this second game was better than Brazil versus Switzerland, but it's irrelevant. It all kicks off tomorrow. We will know, the USA go through or the USA go home? Do England go through or do they go home? Who's going to win the group? Who will they play if they do get through? We will get all of these answers tomorrow. Not only do we know who goes through, but we will know who they're going to play in the next round. Tomorrow is a massive day. Massive day. The biggest day of the World Cup so far tomorrow by a country mile. We will know of the 2 teams that go home from Group A, 2 teams from Group B that go home, and the 2 teams that go through from Group A, and the 2 teams that go through from Group B. So big day. Appreciate the support, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And as we said, we are back tomorrow with more World Cup, and we are back tomorrow, or back later, sorry, with some WWE Raw. So thanks for watching. Bye for now.